warming.
It's climate change. Because if it goes higher or lower, whatever the hell happens, there's climate change. It's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world, in my opinion.
CBS's Nancy Cordes.
I think what this speech is going to be remembered for will be the president's harsh warning to European allies. He basically said that their countries are going to hell and that they are destroying their own heritage with their permissive immigration policies and their efforts to reduce their carbon footprint and combat climate change.
Well, CBS's Nicole Skanga reports the Secret Service says it broke up a plot that could have impacted the General Assembly.
Federal law enforcement says this telecommunications network was so powerful. Get this, it was capable of sending 30 million text messages per minute, potentially overwhelming and shutting down New York City's cellular network.
Officials blamed nation-state actors and individuals known to federal law enforcement. Nexstar Media Group says it will preempt Jimmy Kimmel's return to late night on its ABC affiliates tonight, joining Sinclair stations that are doing the same. Disney lifted Kimmel's suspension yesterday. He is back on the air tonight. Now to Washington, where the possibility of a government shutdown draws closer.
President Trump says on social media he will not meet with top Democrats to avert a government shutdown, saying no meeting could possibly be productive. He cites what he calls the details of the unserious and ridiculous demands being made by the minority radical left Democrats. The top Democrats in the Senate and House said in an earlier statement they wanted to work to avoid a Republican-caused shutdown. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
A funny thing happened on the way to the UN for French President Emmanuel Macron.
Macron was trying to walk to the French embassy last night when he came upon a street that was blocked off for President Trump's motorcade. An NYPD officer gave him the bad news.
I'm sorry, President, I'm really sorry. It's just that everything's in frozen right now.
Macron called Trump for help.
Guess what? I'm waiting the street because everything is frozen for you.
Macron was eventually allowed to cross, but had to walk for 30 minutes. Along the way, he took selfies with tourists. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
And checking Wall Street, right now the Dow is up 26 points. The S&P is down 11, NASDAQ down 67. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
A deadly Seattle shooting. We're at the scene, but first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. In Auburn, a crash is blocking a lane on State Route 18 eastbound near the West Valley Highway. You are backed up onto I-5 and down through the Fife Curve. Travel time Tacoma to Federal Way is 28 minutes. That's about double than usual. Everett to Seattle, 82 minutes, 15 longer than typical. Federal Way to Seattle, 63. Traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. Seattle police are investigating a deadly shooting overnight. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman has more from the scene.
Seattle police say it happened off of 12th Avenue South and South Lane Street here in the Chinatown International District. Seattle Police Chief Sean Barnes.
What we know is that there was some type of disturbance between two groups of people, at which time someone pulled out a weapon and fired that weapon.
One person is dead. Another is injured.
And yesterday afternoon in West Seattle, police say a 31-year-old man was shot in his arm and leg. No motive in that shooting and no arrests in either case. No home monitoring yet for a 13-year-old boy whom Pierce County deputies believe was planning a mass shooting. Deputy Carly Capetto.
We have not been able to determine what he had planned for his target. However, enough evidence has been collected to indicate we had stopped something very significant.
23 guns were taken from his home. A judge says he wants to see plans for the boy's education, around-the-clock monitoring, and counseling before he'll approve home detention for that boy. Seattle police just released dash cam video of a driver in a stolen car racing toward the open University Bridge, slamming through the gate arms and...
He actually made the jump over the bridge.
The car landed hard on the other side. Officers found the stolen Audi's Q5 damaged and abandoned. The driver still on the loose. Burien is getting a new family shelter and affordable housing in one building. Work just started on a 4-story facility backed by Mercy Housing, Mary's Place, and Amazon. It'll include 90 affordable apartments and shelter space for 200 people each night. For the first time since 2001, the Seattle Mariners have a real shot at clinching the American League West Division title, if you do the math.
3 is a magic number.
Some combination of 3 things involving them or the Astros have to happen.
Mike Lefko of 710 Seattle Sports tells me the Mariners get the title if they win 3 more games, or if they win 2 and the Astros lose 1, or if they win 1 and the Astros lose 2, and so on. The M's take on the Colorado Rockies tonight. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Sunshine today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 57 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, September 23rd. I want to say good morning to those that listen on a regular basis. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. And if you're new here to the show, where you been?
Exactly.
Just kidding. Glad you're here. Good morning, Ursula.
Yeah, welcome to all of you. Hey, we have a Super PAC show, as we always do, coming up at 9:30. You might have heard them. Homeland Security is now running new ads in Seattle and other sanctuary cities across the country, not to warn you about immigration, but to recruit local cops to become ICE agents. Why they're doing it and why some say it's crossing a line, we'll have that coming up at 9:30. As always, we invite you to join us on our KIRO News Radio text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO.
Let's get to it. Ursula's top stories of the day, brought to you by Bathfitter Northwest.
You've heard by now that Jimmy Kimmel is coming back to late night tonight, but if you're watching KOMO 4 here, you're not going to see him. Sinclair Broadcast Group, which owns KOMO and dozens of other ABC affiliates, is saying that it's not going to air Kimmel's return. Disney, which owns ABC, suspended Kimmel last week, as all of you know, after his monologue that criticized MAGA in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination. And the suspension came with a price. Disney's market value dropped by nearly $5 billion, and the company faced a wave of Disney Plus and Hulu cancellations. And under that pressure, ABC reversed course and announced that Kimmel would be back on the air tonight. But Sinclair says that's not going to happen on its stations unless Kimmel apologizes and donates to Charlie Kirk's organization, Turning Point USA. So again, in the meantime, KOMO will replace Kimmel with some kind of news programming.
Okay. Well, Sinclair's private. They're a private company. They can do what they want. Same thing with you. You are a private. You're a citizen. You can do what you want, meaning you can choose whether or not you want to change the channel, if you want to stream somewhere else, you want to get your news from another news source. You see, that's the beauty sometimes of freedom of speech. It can sometimes cut both ways. Now, the danger when a private company wants to decide for you, they want to say, hey, Larry, you don't need to hear this. That's when it starts to become sticky. When these corporations are saying, we don't want you to hear this person because this person needs to do this. Okay, cool. I have learned one thing right now going forward. I think we've heard it before. We've talked about it, but this is how it's going to go down for the next at least 3 years. Talking don't matter. Nobody care what you say. Your vote and your dollar. That's what matters. It's the only way that really gets people paying attention. Why you think Jimmy Kimmel back? Y'all think Jimmy Kimmel back because they sang Kumbaya? That's because Lois, Lorraine, and all her friends in the group, they canceled them Disney subscriptions, baby.
And Disney passes. We're like, I'm not going to Disney.
I'm not going to Disney. But again, so just remember this. It cuts both ways. Nobody cares what you got to say about your hot take. Gee, they don't care about what you got to say. Your money and your vote.
You know, we were talking to Dr. Jason Johnson yesterday, and he was talking about civil disobedience. And yesterday after the show, I said, later in the day when we heard about this, and at least Disney coming back, that was an example of, hey, this is how you, because it feels like, what can you do? What can you do? Well, money speaks.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing that you can do. And I'm sure that there are going to be people who say, okay, I'm going to support Sinclair even more because of what's happening. But honestly, this is not just about Jimmy Kimmel saying something controversial. Sinclair, I mean, in case people aren't aware, Sinclair is a conservative-led company, and it wants to flex its muscles and win over President Trump.
I didn't know
Plain
that.
and simple.
I didn't know they were
Well, I think there are a lot of people who don't know.
Oh.
And they have had long-running fights with ABC over who gets the final say on what airs. And what they're doing right now is one way of showing they're in charge.
It
And
feels
well,
scripted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that's exactly. Well, I do know what you're saying. You're talking about how in 2018, you're so clever.
It feels
Sinclair
scripted.
required all locations, all of their news organizations to air must-run content. And I just know from people I know who worked for Sinclair, they were like, I can't believe this.
Yeah, I actually know a lot of people.
Yeah, so dozens of station anchors were reading the same thing in each newscast. I mean, take a listen. This is a compilation.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility
is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about
So you get a sense of what's happening. I mean, they are being forced. Can you imagine? It's like you're talking about freedom of the press, and it's like you're being forced to read a script.
this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Read that script, why don't you?
But it's not just Sinclair. I mean, Nexstar, which is another giant in local TV, also upset with Kimmel. And again, private company. But you need to understand the backdoor dealings. Their situation is different. They're trying to buy Tegna in this more than $6 billion deal that would make them the biggest broadcaster in the entire country. And the problem is that right now, FCC rules say that no company should be able to control more than, let's say, 40% of American households. And this would basically be having to go around that rule. So Nexstar has to play nice with the FCC, with the chair who was appointed by Trump, if they want this merger approved. So, yeah, I mean, everyone's like deep in the pockets.
Yeah. Huh. What did Jimmy Kimmel say again that got him fired?
I'm just not going to. You know what? Everyone can look it up for themselves. How's that?
Oh, fair.
Yeah. Fair. Okay. Well, speaking of what's going on in media and local media, nearly 20 Seattle journalists are out of work right now, and an award-winning newsroom is shutting down its long-form reporting. We're talking about Cascade PBS, the parent of KCTS 9 and Crosscut. The Cascade PBS is saying that federal budget cuts are forcing it to slash jobs and stop producing in-depth written journalism. And what's causing this is that Congress has cut off funding for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which costs Cascade PBS about $3.5 million a year. And so their annual budget goes down from $36 million to $31 million. So these close to 20 jobs are being eliminated. Many of them are reporters and editors that cover politics, the environment, and culture. And the union representing those journalists calls these cuts sweeping and deeply disappointing, pointing out that 9 of its 22 members are losing their positions.
We don't know any other way. We aren't used to living in a society when you start stripping newsrooms of context. You strip them of the watchdog. You strip them of the deep investigations to find out what is going on in your neighborhood, in your community, with your tax dollars, with that rogue politician. When you start stripping these things and you just, like right now, I get it. We all on the gram. We all on social media, and we are entertained right now. We're entertained by these quick hits, the entertainment. And so really the corruption, but watch this. when we are being entertained and distracted and focused on things like Tylenol, then that is when corruption is happening right there. So for this to happen to our local markets, to happen to PBS, Cascade PBS, it's a heartbreaking thing. And it's one of those things that I don't think people realize until after a while it sinks in.
Yeah, so I don't know, again, because so much is going on. I'm not sure if everyone's aware that Congress zeroed out funding for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and that was money that supports 300 public stations nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
And again, public broadcasting isn't just about the news, although they play an important role.
Yep.
For many communities, it is actually the only free, reliable source of information and local coverage that they have. And then, I mean, did you watch Sesame Street growing up? Or Mr. Rogers?
What?
Yeah, that's public broadcasting for you. I mean, that is programming that has shaped generations of kids, and that's what we're talking is at stake.
One thing, I'm glad you brought up Mr. Rogers. I just want to say, I think we can all agree, Mr. Rogers is one of our favorites.
Yes.
You don't have to search really far to find all of the good that Mr. Rogers said.
Oh, yeah. This is true.
You know what I'm saying?
And we need to remind each other of what Mr. Rogers said.
You don't have to search for it. Like every time you pull up Mr. Rogers, it's going to be something positive.
Yes.
When you pull up Mr. Rogers, there's not negative stuff being said about other people. Mr. Rogers was a man for all of the people.
Yes.
He loved everybody.
That's a true role
Matter of fact,
model.
if you got Google, look up Mr. Rogers and see how much good comes up. That's how I want to be remembered, Ursula. When I go and people pull up my name, I want them to say, Gee, Scott had all of this great things to say about everybody.
But PBS was just, they were airing woke content on Mr. Rogers like in 1969 during the huge fight over desegregation. When Mr. Rogers invited Maurice Clemens, the actor, onto the show as a police officer.
In a kiddie pool?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was sarcastic, clearly.
Yeah, I know. I know. Okay. Pregnant women across the country are waking up today wondering if it's still safe to take Tylenol. And that is because President Trump has announced that he wants warning labels on acetaminophen.
First, effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen. Is that okay? Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol during pregnancy, can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good.
Okay, it is hard to say acetaminophen. However, the FDA has now been directed to update the labels and launch a public awareness campaign, and it is part of the administration's push on what they're calling the autism epidemic.
They are strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy unless medically necessary. That's, for instance, in cases of extremely high fever, that you feel you can't tough it out, you can't do it. I guess there's that. It's a small number of cases, I think. But if you can't tough it out, if you can't do it, that's what you're going to have to do. You'll take a Tylenol, but it'll be very sparingly.
Now, here's the catch, and I know you've been doing some reading on this too, because the science is not settled on this. And there are some studies that show a potential link, but others don't. And major medical groups are saying acetaminophen is still considered one of the safest options for pregnant women, especially since if you have a really high fever while you're pregnant, that can be more dangerous for both the mom and the unborn child.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a dream that you want.
I seriously
who's that
didn't
adorable
think,
child?
I seriously did not think, Ursula, that Donald Trump could beat the infamous inject bleach press conference that we had to talk about in 2020. That was unhinged insanity, and we're looking and listening to the same thing. As a matter of fact, I'd even argue that even MAGA's like, this is not how we want to see our leader. We don't want to see him trying to pronounce words that he can't pronounce. Could you imagine if Barack Obama stood in front of a country and could not pronounce a word? Hold that thought. Could you imagine? He could not pronounce a word. But being serious, for him to say that women should just tough it out, for him to say that, and here's somebody who has a very poor grasp on medical science, and then at the very end, Ursula, at the very end, he says, well, this is just how I feel about it. This is how I feel.
And that's the part I think is dangerous. And we are actually going to have a medical expert join us at 10:06 to help sort through the confusion. But when you have public health guidance, it gets tricky when it's being driven from the White House instead of the medical community. And what's unusual is that normally FDA announcements come from the scientists. I mean, not the president, unless it's kind of broad and sweeping. Of the last 3 presidents made fighting opioids a priority. Or President Biden did the whole cancer moonshot thing. But presidents rarely step in to tell the FDA to change a drug's warning label. And where's the research? What's the backing of this? That's the part that I'm like, wait a minute. He's only been back in office for how long?
Exactly. Hey, Ursula, I'm glad that you have the good doctor coming on at 10 o'clock. But I want to say something, and I want to really speak to all of the families, right, that have autistic children, family members, loved ones. I want to apologize on behalf of the President of the United States. I think it is awful what he is doing. It is awful for him to do that, because you know what they've done? What they've done now is they're now going to have people looking at others by saying, oh, that happened because you did this, and that happened because you did this. I know how people are. People take that one thing, listening to what that ignorant man had to say, and will just spread that ignorance. And now the families out here will have to deal with the consequences of those actions.
What I heard one mom whose child has autism say is that she said, we don't want a cure, we want more support. And also said that she took nothing during her pregnancy other than prenatal vitamins and still ended up with a child who has autism. And you're right. I mean, there are a lot of people. I mean, again, this kind of warning is warranted if there's evidence to back it up, like clear evidence.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we'll have a doctor coming up at 10:06, and we'll sort through it.
Can I keep it a buck with you before we go?
Uh-huh.
Listen, y'all. I can't pronounce that word.
Acetaminophen. I said it's not easy.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Before yesterday, I didn't even know what that word was. But see, that's the problem. Everybody thinks they're right about everything. But guess what I wouldn't do? I wouldn't stand before a country, and not only would I not try to pronounce that word to the people, I wouldn't try to speak on it and then tell you that's how I feel.
Unless you're an expert. Unless you have experts ready to back you up.
And no experts are even talking. Oh, they should have had RFK. He's an expert. Talk. Coming up at 10 o'clock, we will have an expert here on the show. Dr. Michelle Terry joins us at 10. But up next, Ursula, it looks like ICE out here is offering $50,000 signing bonuses to lateral recruits for police and law enforcement. We'll do that next. Gee Ursula.
The Northwest's trusted news source, KIRO News Radio.
Police in Federal Way are investigating what appears to be a car explosion.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live from the neighborhood.
I can't tell you enough how crazy this scene is here.
Coverage you depend on.
A massive police presence in Kent.
From voices you know and trust.
We have an active fire inside one of these buildings here.
KIRO News Radio. On 97.3 FM, the app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Your time is money. So why are you wasting it stuck in I-5 gridlock, TSA slowdowns, and SeaTac crowds? Isn't it time to travel smarter? Seaport Airlines offers high-frequency commuter shuttle service from Seattle's Boeing Field to Portland. Park for free next to our terminals. Check in 20 minutes before your departure. Get there faster without the hassles. Seaport Airlines. It's about time. Book today at flyseaportair.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Open enrollment for Medicare happens every year, but for a lot of people, it's still confusing. Hi, this is Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man. Don't worry, help is on the way with a Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit brought to you by the Insurance Commissioner's Sheba program. Find out what's changing and learn about your options for Medicare with 7 easy steps to get ready for open enrollment. Order your free copy of the Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit at insurance.wa.gov or pick up a copy at your local library or senior center.
Hey, Brock Heward here. Taking the First Mark Insurance Challenge could save your family a lot of money. It saved us thousands. First Mark works for you. Search in the carriers for lower rates and better coverage. If that sounds smart, go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
My name is Jonas Khan. I'm the founder and chairman of Carbitex. We're based here in Kennewick, Washington. We focus in the testing, development, and manufacturing of flexible carbon fiber composites. And we have about 50 people here in Washington. Operating a business in Washington State has a whole host of challenges. We're an AWB member because as a small, medium-sized business, AWB is able to handle so many aspects of state and federal regulations and changes that we don't have the resources to focus on. And of course, being able to take advantage of Health Choice has been a huge help for Carbitex. As we're structuring our compensation package for our employees who are coming on board, a cornerstone of that is health insurance. Not just any health insurance, it has to be high quality, easy to use, a great network, and we have that with Health Choice. And that's just been extremely helpful for us.
If you're looking for a great health plan for your employees, visit ProPointServices.com. Health Choice Trust is offered through the Association of Washington Business and powered by Primera Blue Cross.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. A Washington State University football player is recovering after being shot at a party, and KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay reports police suspect a University of Washington student pulled the trigger.
Redshirt freshman Sone Falialo was shot in the stomach during a fight early Sunday morning. He's expected to make a full recovery. Investigators are searching for UW student Ja'Cory Buchanan, who's accused of pulling a gun and firing during the brawl. According to court documents obtained by KIRO 7, Falialo said he'd been asked to help with security at the party and that the fight broke out when the suspect assaulted a girl in the backyard.
An attorney for the suspected shooter says he only acted in self-defense during a hate crime assault to protect his cousin, and he is working to turn himself in. This is coming back tonight.
From Hollywood, it's Jimmy Kimmel Live.
But you won't see Jimmy Kimmel's show on local TV in the Seattle area. Disney and ABC say that after talking with Kimmel, they're ending his suspension over his comments about the Republican response to Charlie Kirk's death. But Sinclair, which owns Como TV in Seattle, wants more. It's demanding Kimmel apologize to Kirk's family and donate money to Kirk's Turning Point USA. Amazon's popular Prime membership faces scrutiny in a courtroom today. CBS's Jesse Mitchell.
Amazon is facing a jury trial in Seattle focusing on allegations by federal regulators that it duped customers into signing up for Prime membership and made it difficult to cancel. The FTC alleges Amazon was part of what it called a years-long effort to trick millions of customers into automatically renewing Prime subscriptions.
Amazon denies the accusations. This morning, the Secret Service revealed it dismantled a plot targeting senior U.S. government officials that could have crashed New York's telecommunications network. CBS's Nicole Skenga.
Federal law enforcement says this telecommunications network was so powerful. Get this, it was capable of sending 30 million text messages per minute, potentially overwhelming and shutting down New York City's cellular network.
It could have affected United Nations meetings in New York. President Trump today addressed the UN General Assembly, criticizing the United States' allies in Europe over immigration.
It's time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. See, I can tell you, I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 18 points, NASDAQ down 84. KIRO News Radio traffic in Seattle, a disabled vehicle's blocking a lane on the I-5 southbound express lanes at State Route 520. In Auburn, a crash is blocking a lane on State Route 18 eastbound near the West Valley Highway. You're backed up onto I-5 through the 5 curve. Travel time Tacoma to Federal Way, 33 minutes, 20 longer than usual. And construction has you tapping your brakes eastbound on the I-90 bridge. Traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Sunshine today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 59 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Tuesday to all of you. As always, we invite you to join us on our text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973. KIRO, gotta say, it's already cooking this morning. And I'm going to guess after this next segment, it's going to cook even more because we're talking about what Homeland Security is doing. This is new. They're recruiting Seattle police officers by running commercials on local TV, and they're offering a $50,000 bonus to sweeten the deal. Listen.
This is insane.
Attention Seattle law enforcement. You took an oath to protect and serve, to keep your family, your city safe.
It's kind of hard to hear because a Seattle Reddit user recorded that commercial. It played during Sunday Night Football several times, and those ads are actually running across the country in so-called sanctuary cities. Here's a more clear recording.
Attention Sacramento law enforcement. You took an oath to protect and serve, to keep your family, your city safe. But in sanctuary cities, you're ordered to stand down while dangerous illegals walk free. Join ICE and help us catch the worst of the worst. Drug traffickers, gang members, predators. Join the mission to protect America with bonuses up to $50,000 and generous benefits. Apply now. Join.ice.gov.
So, again, ICE trying to recruit 10,000 new agents, and the agency has a lot of money, as we know, because with the passage of that big, beautiful bill, Congress dumped $75 billion into ICE's budget, $45 billion earmarked for expanding detention capacity, and $30 billion for enforcement and removal operations. Just in comparison, prior to the passage of that bill, the budget for ICE was about $10 billion a year. So we're talking about a 650% budget increase. So what do you think of those spots? Those commercials.
Yeah, I think that, Ursula, along with everything else, has this country talking about everything that is not as important as what it should be. What I mean by that is people are struggling financially. We had a homelessness crisis that is happening, and these ads, these attacks on people, it feels like, Ursula, every time, and I'm not blaming you because this is your job to present the news, okay?
Yeah, please don't.
I'm not blaming you.
Yes.
But every single morning, Chef comes with the news, you deliver it. We are talking about, you pick a day, it is somebody that is being demonized. It is somebody that is the boogeyman. And so what do I think about this? I'm getting numb to it, right? We are all getting numb to it because we see the tactic. We see the strategy. We are just 8 months in. 8 months into something that this is their entire plan. And they do this. They do this so we can continue to talk about this. Meanwhile, businesses are going out of business. You have the unemployment rate that's starting to skyrocket. You have jobs that are being lost. All kinds of things are happening. So you asked me what I thought about that. That's what I think. I'm becoming numb. It's becoming par for the course. It doesn't even raise my blood pressure anymore.
Well, here's my concern, though.
What's that?
They're recruiting from Seattle police. They're running these things in these sanctuary cities, basically saying, you don't need to stay with your woke police department. Join us here on ICE. I mean, you already know that Seattle police in particular is really understaffed. They're trying to beef up their force right now. And that's the case in many police departments all across the country. But let's just say, speaking of here in our local community, just about every police agency needs more. And so it's like you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, A. B, if I am a local police officer, I'm not sure that $50,000 would make me want to work for ICE, where right now they're wearing the masks, they're doing what they have to.
Well,
if you're a true believer.
Wait a minute now. Because we have a sheriff down there that will probably do the same thing, right? We all know who that sheriff is down there who just had a meeting and went to go meet with ICE. Ursula, you see the game. Don't want to work for that woke, right? So now you want to separate law enforcement because if you separate law enforcement, there are people that'll say, yes, let me come over there. So now you have a split. those that are ICE, they're with us. Those that are regular law enforcement, right, they're with them.
Yeah,
that is the game plan right there. You think that guy down in Pierce County would want to do something like this? This is their plan. That dude has no plan to
Pierce
do
County
the
right
job.
now is hurting. We just heard that they're not even enforcing traffic violations because they're hurting for deputies.
And just so we're clear, a lot of these folks are the same people that used to tell you that you don't care about law enforcement. But January 6th, we saw about how they really feel about law enforcement. It's all fake propaganda.
I don't know how successful they're going to be, considering the fact that starting salary for ICE is like $49,000 and SPD is over $100,000.
Thank you.
But I have a question, like a very honest question for folks in our conservative audience. Do you feel, let's say this works and they recruit officers, do you feel more safe in your city with your police officers working for ICE or with your police officers working in your community every day? What makes you safer?
Oh, well,
I'll tell you what makes me safer. Working with the law enforcement that I've been used to my whole life, showing their face. I've been used to my father. He showed his face. His friends showed his face. All of the beautiful brothers and sisters that put on the uniform every single day, that wear that badge with pride, that's who I feel safer with. And 253 just texted in.
Yes, he sure did. I'm a local officer. I find the ICE ads disgusting. There are definitely frustrating limitations on our jobs here in Washington, but I'm not a fan of how the Trump administration is handling immigration. To me, it would be like selling my soul to go work for ICE. Before we run out of things, as long as we're talking about ICE, there was something that came up last week, and we didn't get a chance to talk about it. But King County Council member Sarah Perry had posted on Facebook, and she had given a PSA alert and said specifically where she had heard that 4 ICE agents were going to be staying in Issaquah. And she even went as far as giving the address of where they were and what floor they were going to be. And essentially said, hey, they've got incentives to pick up people who are here, with this immigration rate, et cetera, et cetera. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with what she did. She later deleted the post and apologized. But as much as I don't agree with how ICE is handling it right now, I also don't agree with posting where they were going to be, because that could be dangerous for everybody.
Yeah. That's a very good point, Ursula. And can I just tell you, like tonight, when I get ready to go to sleep and I get ready to say my prayers, do you want to know what I'm going to pray for? I'm going to pray that ICE comes and recruits one sheriff in the state of Washington. Hey, coming up next, it's time for Would You Rather? Gee Ursula.
Your favorite Seahawks gear? Check. Face paint? Check. The Mike McDonald preview on KIRO Newsradio? Check.
We want to win the game.
Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald joins the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel, in the final interview before every Seahawks game. Friday mornings, the Mike McDonald preview, only on Seattle's Morning News.
I'm really proud of the work that we've done. I'm proud of the guys' spirit.
This is where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
When I needed some work done on my roof, there was only one company to call, Valentine Roofing. Hey, it's Jake Skorheim, and when I needed my roof fixed, Valentine Roofing went the extra mile to get there fast. They got my roof looking like new again. The scheduling was seamless and easy. Even though I couldn't be there, they still got the job done and sent me all the details with a link to pictures and video from the service. And let me tell you, if your roof or gutters are not fall ready, if those asphalt shingles are cracking and breaking down from years of moss, which is what happened on my roof, if your gutters are sagging, clogged, or pulling away, you should do what I did and call Valentine Roofing. Don't trust your home to anyone else. Those leaves, needles, and branches will fall, and the rain will come. But fortunately, Valentine makes knocking out that fall checklist stress-free. They'll even insulate your attic and clean the exterior of your home. And with zero-down financing for most projects, you can get the work done now and pay over time. This fall, give your home the Valentine it deserves. Check them out online at valentineroof.com or call 206-ROOFING and get your free estimate today. That's 206-ROOFING.
Health insurance is broken. but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal. The celebration is on for the 21st anniversary at Angel of the Winds Casino Resort. You'll find special events, entertainment, and unforgettable experiences October 1st through October 28th. Check out live entertainment in the Gateway Lounge and Rivers Run Event Center, featuring the top comedians, DJs, and touring bands. Savor next-level dining at Whiskey Prime Steakhouse and enjoy luxury accommodations. Feel the energy and be part of the party. October 1st through the 28th, only at Angel of the Winds Casino Resort.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No, we tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interests first, because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
KIRO News Radio has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game on Sunday, October 5th. Head to the KIRO News Radio app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the KIRO News Radio app, the better your odds will be. Do it every day, September 23rd through September 29th. Details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win. From the station where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Hey, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Tuesday, September 23rd. This is Ursula's favorite time of the year because I can see she pulled out the flannel today, y'all.
I sure
so
did.
Get a chance and
I sure did. I'm just going to embrace it.
That's right.
I'm always lamenting the end of summer, but now I'm just like, no, you know what? Bring on fall.
Come on now. Bring it on. Hey, real quick, 10 o'clock, we do have a guest. Oh, we have an expert, a medical expert. Dr. Michelle Terry is going to come in and to explain whether RFK Jr. and the Trump administration's announcement on autism are offering snake oil. So we'll talk about that at 10 o'clock. But right now, it's the world famous Would You Rather. It's Allie and Tacoma's favorite game. Would you rather date a woman who is broke? Excuse me. Would you rather date someone who is broke or someone that makes more money than you?
This is going to sound so shallow. But that's just such a shallow question.
Oh, no, hey. Yesterday we had the conversation.
I have no problem.
Marry for love. Marry for love.
I have no problem. I have no problem. I do marry. I would marry or date. You said date. I've been so out of it.
Would you rather date someone who's broke or someone that makes more money than you?
To be honest, I'd rather date someone who, if I were dating, would make more money than me.
Okay, Chef?
Warren Buffett recently said that he has one piece of advice, and there's one quality he looks for in a person that will predict a successful marriage. It's not character. It's not their heart. It's not their work ethic. It's low expectations. So I'm going to go with the broke lady.
Okay. Beth in Tacoma says more money. Okay. Would you rather date someone, watch this, who's rich and lazy, or a hard worker but struggles?
Oh, easy. Hard worker. That is
worker and struggles?
Yes. That is one of my biggest. I admire people who have a strong work ethic. And if they're struggling, but I see how hard they're working, I just have the utmost respect for that person.
I think you're in the minority. I think you're in the minority, Ursula. I believe that most people would date someone rich and lazy than struggling but a hard worker.
I would see the potential in that hard worker.
Hey, if my wife is listening, that was me.
Exactly.
She saw the hard worker I was. Chef, what you got?
I'm going to go with the hard worker, too, because I know a lot of people that had money, lost it.
Ooh.
Like, you don't necessarily keep your money forever.
Ooh.
But you can't lose your work ethic.
Okay, here we go. Would you rather date someone who is drop-dead gorgeous but has no fashion sense, or one who dresses extremely well but has no looks?
This is, like, all of it is so shallow.
I mean,
okay, but just in the spirit of going along with this game, I'm going with someone who is extremely good looking, has had no fashion sense, because I could help with the fashion sense. And again, for me, the most important thing is character, but the way you're presenting, and I know how you want to. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Normally, I would say not the super attractive person, because, like, I don't want to feel insecure by having my partner be 50 times more attractive than me. But if she's dressing like a dump, it means she probably doesn't know how attractive she is. So I'll go with that.
How about you, G? How come you're not answering all these?
Oh, man, all this stuff is easy, because I know Lily is listening.
Okay, you're going with...
I'm going with more money.
More money.
Rich and lazy.
Oh, my God.
And hold on. I can't do drop dead gorgeous with no fashion sense. I would rather you have great fashion sense and just have no looks. So I'm going with that one. All right.
Okay, by the way, I just want to say, and again, I just love our listeners, and I love those of you who text and play along with us. Vast majority, did you see, go for the person with a strong work ethic? You are in the minority.
No. Can we quit lying, everybody?
What?
No, tell the truth. Hey, texters, I love you. I really do. Can we stop with this? There's no way that Becky is going to show up to the all-women's happy hour on Thursday and say, hey, I met my boo. He works at this place. He doesn't make that much money, but he's a hard worker. Stop. The way we keep up with the Joneses here, the way Instagram is, stop it with that, Ursula. Y'all know.
No,
Nick, do you have any strong opinions on any of this, sir?
I think they are telling the truth.
If you're going to date somebody rich, I feel like I get the impression they're going to be kind of spoiled and got that attitude. That's something that lingers along in the long run. I don't know if the character's going to last in the long run.
Whoa. I love real life stories, real life love stories. Married my hardworking husband who had $50 savings and I had $300. We have made it 51 years. Love that story. Best text. 206.
And by the way, first of all, shout out to you for making it 50 plus years.
And remember,
that is incredible.
Yes. And how much money did you have in your pocket? You didn't even pay on your first day, and look at you.
I'm not the best at math. Today's 2025. 50 years ago was 75?
I know. I'm just saying that Lillian gave you a chance. She saw your potential.
Hey.
She was not shallow.
Lillian got lucky. She got lucky. She bet on the right one. All right. Hey, we got a lot going on in the 10 o'clock hour. Go and refresh your coffee, your beverages, because hold up, we're actually going to get serious and have an expert on, Dr. Michelle Terry, on to explain what we saw with RFK Jr. and the Trump administration's announcement on autism. We will talk specifically about that next. Gee Ursula.
Hey, that energy, that sensation we're all feeling right now, that's playoff fever.
Let's just talk about these Mariners.
They're the talk of the town.
They've won 14 of 15 games.
Can we just talk about that catch by Robles?
A season-saving catch by Victor Robles.
KIRO Newsradio has all the Mariners buzz.
It's just kind of unbelievable.
And our partner Seattle Sports has the games. Listen free on the Seattle Sports app.
There it goes! Storybook season by Cal Raleigh. He has done it!
2026 Mariners season ticket memberships are on sale now. There's no better way to catch Cal, Julio, and the crew at T-Mobile Park with year-round savings, no ticket fees, access to exclusive pre-sales and events, and more. And you've got two great options. Reserved memberships let you lock in the best locations in the ballpark so you can make your favorite spot home all summer long, whether you want to catch 20 games or the whole season.
Oh, he makes the catch! What a snag by Julio Rodriguez!
Or go with a Flex membership, which gives you the freedom to choose your seats, games, and number of tickets as you go. Terrace Club, bleachers, right behind the dugout, divvy it up however you want. This season's been a whole lot of fun, and you won't want to miss out in 2026. Come on board today at mariners.com/26.
The Mariners, their third consecutive shutout win.
Mariners baseball. Seize the moment.
Hey, Spike O'Neill here with Dr. Matthew Sharp, owner of Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. Dr. Sharp, I keep getting questions from our listeners. When's the right time to have this procedure? My eyes are changing. Should I wait until they're done changing?
Well, I always tell patients, do it now. Don't wait, whatever age you are. And that's part of the mission of Sharp Vision, is that whatever age you are, whatever prescription you have, we try to find a procedure that works for you. When you're young, LASIK and PRK are great procedures. As we get older, the refractive lens exchange becomes more appealing because that can fix whatever glasses prescription, whether you're farsighted, nearsighted, or have astigmatism, and it fixes it permanently so you don't develop cataracts, and it allows you to see near without glasses.
Do what I did. Schedule a consultation to learn everything you need to know from the best Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp with an E-vision.com.
Homes are sitting, but the bottleneck is about to break. Set yourself up for success by working with a team that doesn't just set up your listings and let it sit. The Novak team creates a marketing strategy that's hands down proven successful. Mike sold over 1,500 homes and guarantees to sell your home in 21 days. If Mike doesn't get your home under contract within 21 days, he sells it for free. That is no commission for Mike. Go to meetthenovaks.com. That's meetthenovaks, NOVAKS.com.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens has given me back clear vision. They've performed over 80,000 successful lens replacement surgeries. At Sharp Vision, you'll get the best price combined with the best experience. Sharp-vision.com. That's sharp with an E, -vision.com.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. President Trump blasted open borders and called climate change a con job in a speech at the United Nations General Assembly, and he praised his own presidency.
On the world stage, America is respected again like it has never been respected before.
CBS's Ramy Inocencio.
Global unity, I feel, is what he was trying to exhort, but on President Trump's own terms, criticizing allies and alliances, but saying, listen, we got to do this. We got to do this on my terms. You listen to me. And then we can all, as he put it, bring the world towards some kind of order that he sees, that he, in fact, wants to shape.
Well, Trump accused the UN of not living up to its potential. Secretary General Antonio Guterres says there are challenges all over the globe.
Sovereign nations invaded. Hunger, weaponized, truce, silence, rising smoke from bombed-out cities, rising anger in fractured societies.
His suspension lifted by Disney, Jimmy Kimmel returns to late-night TV tonight. This fan says he should address what happened and move on.
I think whatever he chooses to do, it should be on the level and diplomatic and straightforward and just get it done right away.
But Kimmel may be hard to find for some. Nexstar and Sinclair, the station groups that complained about Kimmel in the first place, say they will preempt him on the many ABC stations they own. World Health Organization said today Tylenol and vaccines have not been linked to an increased risk for autism in children. President Trump suggested otherwise, telling pregnant women not to take Tylenol. Dr. Stephen Fleischman is president of the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists.
You should not, under any circumstances, avoid taking acetaminophen if you have a fever early in pregnancy, if you have a headache, if you have some other condition in pregnancy. We want you to take that medication. And we think that the overwhelming evidence that we have seen over the last 20 years does not show causation for acetaminophen causing autism.
Billionaire philanthropist Bill Gates is issuing a warning about what could happen if the U.S. continues to cut foreign health aid. He was on CBS Mornings.
We shouldn't have this be the first year that more children died than the year before. We should continue the progress that Americans should be very proud of.
And checking Wall Street's, right now the Dow is down 1 point, the S&P is down 18, and the NASDAQ is down 99. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. We offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today.
A 13-year-old boy suspected of planning a mass shooting makes a bid to get out of detention. That story coming up at first. KIRO News Radio traffic. In Linwood, fallen trees blocked both directions on State Route 524 right now. This is in the area of North Damson Road. Earlier problems have you jammed up on State Route 18 near the Green River and on I-5 in the 5 curve. Construction has you pumping brakes eastbound on the I-90 bridge. Traffic brought to you by Buc-ee's. For over 50 years, Buc-ee's has provided oil changes, brakes, factory service, and more with expertise and good old-fashioned service. Buc-ee's.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. Seattle police are investigating 2 shootings this morning. One of them was in the Chinatown International District, where a man was killed and another was seriously injured last night. Police Chief Sean Barnes tells KIRO 7 TV.
What we know is that there was some type of disturbance between 2 groups of people.
at which time someone pulled out a weapon and fired that weapon.
The second shooting happened in West Seattle yesterday afternoon. Police say a 31-year-old man was shot multiple times in his arm and leg. No motive in that shooting and no arrests in either case. No home monitoring yet for a 13-year-old boy whom Pierce County prosecutors say was planning a mass shooting.
Judge Joseph Evans ruled he remain in custody, at least for now. Pierce County Deputy Carly Capetto says the threat was real.
Detectives found photos of past shooters, almost like in a shrine-like manner in his bedroom, idolizing these past shooters.
Judge Evans says he will reconsider electronic home monitoring in 2 weeks' time. In Tacoma, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Federal and local law enforcement agencies say they've made a major bust in Pacific. After a months-long investigation, officers from Federal Way, Centralia, the DEA, and ATF made one arrest and recovered more than 50,000 suspected fentanyl pills. We're learning more about the two Western Washington natives who are among the 4 JBLM soldiers who died when their helicopter crashed last week. KIRO 7 TV's Deborah Horn reports.
Those who knew and loved Jadalyn Good say she was the second child in a large Skagit County family. But when she joined the Army in 2021, it seemed she had finally found her place. She blossomed, they said, made sergeant by age 23. Lieutenant Colonel Allie Scott.
Each loss is absolutely unfortunate to deal with.
A loss felt acutely in our state. 25-year-old Donovan Scott from Spanaway was also a sergeant. He, too, was highly decorated.
The Army is still investigating the cause of that crash. Seattle's own Bill Nye just got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Nye is being honored in the television category for his education and entertainment work. He got his start in Western Washington, working at Boeing and writing for Almost Live. His science show ran on PBS and Disney in the 90s. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Sunshine today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 62 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Tuesday, September 23rd. If you're always here with the show, welcome back. And if you're new to the show, thanks for being here. Good morning, Ursula.
Good morning. If you're new to the show, we love it when you text in 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Also, if you miss any segment of our show, just a reminder that you can listen on our podcasts, which are available anywhere you listen to podcasts about a half hour after our show airs. Right now, though,
What's new at 10?
So there is a lot of confusion about some common medications. That's because President Trump has just announced new guidance urging pregnant women to limit acetaminophen, which is the active ingredient in Tylenol, and he is citing a possible link to autism. And his warning comes even as most major medical groups still call it safe when used as directed. And at the same time, the administration is promoting another drug, luocavorin, as a potential therapy for autism, despite very limited evidence. So these mixed messages have left a lot of parents, really wondering what is safe, what isn't. You've seen a lot of the reaction on social media. So as we've always done on this show, we go to the experts. And joining us right now on the Gee and Ursula Show is Dr. Michelle Terry. She is a clinical professor of pediatrics at the University of Washington School of Medicine. She is also past president of the King County Medical Society. Good morning, Dr. Terry.
Hi, good morning. Good morning. I'm happy to be here.
No, thank you so much. Your expertise is very needed right now. So for decades, as you know, acetaminophen has been considered safe even during pregnancy. So what has changed, as you understand it, with the announcement yesterday?
Well, science is always updating. You know, I can't comment specifically on the announcement yesterday, but I can say that during 9 months of pregnancy, women may experience fever, or they may experience aches and pains, and acetaminophen is usually recommended as a safe and effective medication to be taken intermittently to alleviate fever and aches and pains that may present during the 9 months of pregnancy. And it's hard to say if it's the medication that someone takes for the fever or the injury or something else like the infection that caused the fever that could link to a possible illness that develops later in the infant or child.
Dr. Terry, what do most of the studies, the rigorous studies and reviews, what do they actually say about Tylenol use in pregnancy or infancy or in long-term child health?
Well, for decades, we've really said that acetaminophen is considered a safe analgesic and fever reducer of choice in pregnancy, especially when compared to aspirin or ibuprofen or other medications which have been linked to bleeding and other risks. And so clinical guidelines historically reassured both patients and their doctors that acetaminophen is safe across all trimesters, and it has widespread use and is used in the U.S. and around the world.
So how strong is the research on acetaminophen and autism risk? I mean, are we talking about a very clear link, or is it a possible association? What is the research saying? And why is this change coming now?
Oh, I'm not sure why the change is coming right this minute, but starting in the science is always updating, and starting in the early 2000s, there were some large-scale studies that began identifying possible associations between prenatal acetaminophen exposure and some neurodevelopmental outcomes. But it's important to note that there is a difference between an association, meaning two things are kind of happening in proximity, and causation, meaning one thing causes the other thing. So some studies, proposed to link prolonged or frequent use with an increased risk of ADHD and other neurodevelopmental differences. But there's not been any proven causation that acetaminophen causes any neurodevelopmental difficulties or differences.
You're listening to the voice of Dr. Michelle Terry here on the Gee and Ursula Show. So, Doctor, can you explain to me and us why is a potential of spreading misinformation like this and how it can be dangerous to families and to public health?
Well, I always recommend that, patients, talk to their clinicians about their health concerns, meaning there is a doctor-patient, provider-patient relationship in the office where the patient can express the concerns and the clinician can take lots of things into account in an individualized way based on that patient's set of signs and symptoms, and they make a shared decision together. So it's hard to kind of take any recommendation from the media on any topic because it may not it may not relate to you. It might not be relevant.
Agree. So I want to ask, though, because as you mentioned earlier, oftentimes it's the first line of defense during pregnancy. Acetaminophen is if someone has a high fever or severe pain. What is your advice then to patients who are pregnant and unsure of whether to take Tylenol?
Well, again, it's important for patients, especially pregnant women, to talk to their doctors about, any medications that they take during pregnancy. But acetaminophen is still considered the first line analgesic fever medicine in pregnancy. But I think there's a growing emphasis on using the lowest effective dose and limiting frequency and duration of its use during pregnancy or any other time. We try to use the smallest amount necessary for the shortest duration of time to get the desired result in most of the medications that clinicians recommend.
Well,
I wanted to just ask real quick because, the current administration has only been in office since January. How long does the research usually take when it comes to finding links? And again, I want to emphasize that there has not been a definitive link. There's been a study that has shown that there has been some increase, an increase in cases of autism or diagnoses of autism at the same time. But like you said, it's correlation, not causation. So how long do some of these studies take, just for our listeners to understand that studies usually take a long time?
Yeah, studies do take a long time, and it's challenging in that most studies are not done on pregnant women for various, logistical and ethical reasons. So it's a look back study. So most of the time they could say, did this happen? Let's look back. Let's look back at all of the things that happened during the woman's pregnancy that may be related to this potential outcome. And so, that includes, keeping detailed records and the person having a pretty good memory. So I want to say a little bit about autism in that it's a neurodevelopmental condition that affects how a person may communicate, interact socially, and experiences the world. It's a lifelong condition, and it doesn't necessarily need a cure because some folks, who, have, think differently and perceive the world differently, have big ideas.
That's
and
right.
can kind of help move us forward. It typically appears in early childhood, but some people need significant supports and some people live perfectly independently. So it is a spectrum.
We're joined here by Dr. Michelle Terry here on the Gee and Ursula Show. You made the comment about talking to your healthcare provider, and there are some that are listening and some out here, Dr. Terry, that don't specifically have maybe their own doctor or someone that they go and see all the time. Mm-hmm. When you're seeing all this information on social media, in media, from the Trump administration, what would be your advice to someone then who doesn't maybe have their own doctor?
Right. It's really important, I think, for everyone to have a trusted longitudinal relationship with a primary care provider who knows the individual's history, endorses their values, and with whom they can make a decision together regarding their health. I know you get all this information and it is confusing. It's, it's like, what do I do? No one wants to, do something that is potentially harmful, and folks need clarification. They need to be able to talk to someone. They need to kind of think about things, and they need to go back and talk to them again. And that's where a primary care provider really comes in handy.
Dr. Terry. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, can you so right now, I've never been in your field, and I know, there are people that are texting in right now. They know you very well. You've taken care of their kids, so you've obviously been in this world a long time. My question is has there always been a time where there has been misinformation going on in the medical field, and then you all have to set the record straight with medical science, or can you give us an example of a time like this that you can think back to where there was so much misinformation going on and you as doctors had to correct it?
Well, I want to say that science is constantly updating, and science changes. And as we update, we make different recommendations. So we have to kind of keep an open mind and be objective and, kind of look and see where the science leads us. It's hard to say, an absolute on one side or the other. If one is taking a standardized test, they know that always or never is not the right answer. So I think it's good to listen to different perspectives. It's good to, think about, what is true based on, your personal history. It's a good idea to, be cautious and make the safest choice. And it's also a good idea for, in this case, women to be comfortable during their pregnancy. And if they have a fever that they need to see their doctor about, acetaminophen has generally been regarded as safe and effective medicine to reduce fevers, especially compared to the alternatives treatments for fever reducing in pregnancy.
Dr. Terry, I just want to say, because we hear your dogs in the background, and I appreciate you taking our call and taking the time to talk about this very important topic. while at home, and I know that you're a very busy person. Could we ask about one other thing, because it was also brought up? A lot of things were brought up in the news conference, but and I may mispronounce it, luocavorin.
I don't know much about that. Honestly, I think in general, we don't have any medications that treat autism spectrum disorder. 0 medications that treat that. It's a developmental condition that is best treated with kind of adaptive behavioral therapies and various social supports. It would be easier to have a treatment if we knew what caused it, meaning, but we don't have a blood test to detect autism, or we don't have a specific genetic test to detect autism, or we don't have an X-ray that can detect autism. So it is a clinical diagnosis.
Dr. Michelle Terry, we sure appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It was lovely being here.
Did you see that Ernie and Kent says that Dr. Terry treated his sons? I mean, she's really well known. She is someone who knows her stuff, has been in the community forever. And I mean, her list of accomplishments are very long. And I think what was my big takeaway from what she said is that science is always changing, that there is correlation, just in terms of timing.
Association,
not correlation. Association, but that does not mean causation. So, and studies take a very long time.
Yeah. I get it. Science definitely is always changing. And, there's always been myths. I remember there used to be a myth in the medical field that Black people could tolerate more pain than anyone else. Oh, by the way, that was a real thing. I think the best information that the doctor Terry did give us, Ursula, my mind is gone. Ursula, is that I think it really does help if everyone does have a primary care physician.
Yes.
I know that not everybody does have that. So should let you know we should prioritize that, because you should be able to have that relationship. You don't have to listen to the Gee and Ursula show. You don't have to listen to the Trump administration. You can be able to have that relationship with your doctor.
Yes, that is very important. And the other thing I guess we should stress, which we brought up in the last hour, is that I hope people don't use this new information or this linking of Tylenol, that was announced yesterday, to attack anybody, blame anybody. I'm seeing over and over again, even on our text line, people are saying my child has autism, nothing to do with taking any sort of medication during pregnancy. People say they absolutely did not take any medication, and I guess my fear would be that there would be more of a stigma attached, and parents with children on the spectrum already have some challenges, and like the doctor even said, for many it's a beautiful thing. It's not something that necessarily needs to be cured.
Can I want to clear up something real quick, and I'm not giving medical advice, but I want to quote exactly what the study says. This is from the study from Drs. Prada, Ritz, Bauer et al. Quote, "We show that acetaminophen is associated with a higher risk, but not causing it. Those are very different things." And I want to explain what association means. You can say there is a strong association between people who own horses and longer living. The association is there, but the cause might be because anyone who owns a horse has a lot of money generally, and people who have more money live longer. So I just want to be very clear on what association means.
Thank you for that. And again, talk to your physician.
Coming up next, Chris Sullivan. Say goodbye to the federal electric vehicle tax credit. Gee and Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington.
Hey, that energy, that sensation we're all feeling right now, that's playoff fever.
Let's just talk about these Mariners.
They're the talk of the town.
They've won 14 of 15 games.
Can we just talk about that catch by Robles?
A season-saving catch by Victor Robles.
KIRO Newsradio has all the Mariners buzz.
It's just kind of unbelievable.
And our partner Seattle Sports has the games. Listen free on the Seattle Sports app.
You know, I've always believed buying a car should feel really exciting, not exhausting and stressful. And when I bought my Subaru Outback from Carter Subaru, I was truly blown away by how smooth and stress-free they made the process. Their team didn't just hand me the keys. They listened. They paid attention to the details. They listened to what we needed and what we wanted. And honestly, they treated me like family. And it is why we are repeat customers, and we are not alone. Drive around Western Washington. You're going to see so many Subarus with Carter Subaru plates. That loyalty really speaks volumes. And here's the best part. Carter Subaru has the largest selection of Subarus in the entire state. We're talking over 800 vehicles in stock. Whatever you're looking for, they've got it. And right now, you can get the 2025 Subaru Outback with 0% financing or a brand new 2025 Crosstrek with 2.9% financing for 48 months. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, documentary service fee may be added to the sale or capitalized cost. Carter Subaru is buying down the rate for the 2025 Outback. Max amount finance is $20,000. See dealer for details. Valid through 9/30/25.
And now, tales of another way. How long can one go on with the same scent of shower soap? Sure, sandalwood is your signature aura, but today you went tropical essence. Glamping in the rainforest. Sometimes another way is the better way, like the new SR 509 Expressway, the alternate route that'll help manage congestion on I-5 and other local roads. Tolling begins September 29th. Save $2 per toll with a Good-to-Go pass. Learn more at goodtogo509.com.
RV buyers, don't miss the Northwest Fall RV Show at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds, the last major RV event of the season, with acres of new and used RVs to explore. New 2026 floor plans, 2025 model liquidation with savings up to 50%. New trailers as low as $12,995. Special event financing, free parking and admission. September 25th through the 28th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds. NWFallRVShow.com. That's NWFallRVShow.com.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
Yikey Wawa.
What?
My hot water.
Yeah?
Not so hot.
Water heater trouble?
It's not working.
We can fix that.
This week?
How about today?
Apollo Plumbing really is ready right now.
Especially when it comes to water heater replacement.
Think I need a new one?
Is it more than 10 years old?
It is.
Probably so.
Doesn't heat like it used to.
It runs out?
All the time.
That's a warning sign.
Uh-oh.
So are little leaks.
But Apollo can get me a new one?
Installed today by our clean screen trained and trusted plumbers. They're water heater experts.
But I probably got to pay a rush fee.
No extra charge.
You make this too easy.
We'll even haul off the old one.
A new water heater.
Same day. That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
This is going to get my budget in hot water.
Got you covered there too.
How?
Our available payment plans.
I don't have to wait?
Or take cold showers.
You are a lifesaver.
Call us this morning. You'll have hot water today.
That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today, and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where Groundworks comes in. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
It's G. Scott. School's back, and it's time to rally for the campaign to keep kids healthy. Donate at Safeway checkout to help families afford fresh fruits and veggies. With SNAP Produce Match, every dollar goes twice as far. Learn more at your neighborhood Safeway.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. A University of Washington student is suspected of shooting a Washington State University football player in Pullman. More from KIRO 7 TV's Monique Mainlavin.
Court documents show the suspected shooter is a 20-year-old student living in Tukwila. The shooting happened at a party in the early morning hours following the Apple Cup game. The victim, WSU freshman Sone Fale'elo, was shot in the stomach. He is expected to recover. Police are still looking for the suspect.
An attorney for the suspect says he only acted in self-defense during a hate crime assault to protect his cousin, and he is working to turn himself in. Jimmy Kimmel's show returns tonight, but you will not see it on local Seattle area TV. Disney and ABC say after talking with Kimmel, they're ending his suspension over his comments about the Republican response to Charlie Kirk's death. But Sinclair, which owns Como TV in Seattle, wants more. It's demanding Kimmel apologize to Kirk's family and donate money to Kirk's Turning Point USA. President Trump has signed an executive order labeling Antifa a domestic terrorist organization. Experts say the designation doesn't fit because the decentralized movement has no structure. Rutgers University professor Mark Bray has studied Antifa.
I think you need to see this executive order, as erroneous as it is, as an effort to try and create a boogeyman term as a pretext for cracking down on dissent.
President Trump today with critical words about U.S. allies over their immigration policies and efforts to curb climate change, which he called,
"It's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world, in my opinion."
Trump speaking before the United Nations there. Young professionals are a bit worried artificial intelligence will replace them. CBS's Jason Brooks reports.
A Deutsche Bank survey of 10,000 professionals in the U.S. and the European Union found 24% of respondents aged 18 to 34 giving a score of 8 or above on a 0 to 10 scale of concerns about AI taking their jobs. Less than 1 in 5 think that will happen in the next 2 years, but the number jumps for the next 5 years. Older workers are less concerned about AI, with only 10% of respondents over the age of 55 saying they're highly concerned about losing their jobs to AI.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 58 points, NASDAQ off 157. KIRO News Radio traffic in Seattle, a disabled vehicles block in a lane on I-5 northbound near South Michigan Street. Travel time Federal Way into Seattle is about 10 minutes longer than usual. In Bellevue, a disabled vehicle's blocking a lane on I-405 northbound near I-90. Travel time Bellevue to Renton running about 5 minutes slow. And in Linwood, crews are working to remove a fallen tree that's blocking both directions on State Route 524 that's near North Damson Road. Traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial at 97.3 HD2. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Sunny skies today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 62 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
I'm their conduit, and I'm glad to do it.
I love these segments when we can say hello to Chris Sullivan, your conduit, helping you get around Puget Sound. And you're going to tell us that something is ending right now.
Yep. Tax
happening?
incentives for people who want to buy an electric vehicle, new or used. The federal tax credit is going away a week from today. So the $7,500 that you could get for a new or $4,000 for a used federal tax credit is going away. So that means you're going to have to pay full freight going forward after next week. And the average price for a new EV is about $55,000. Now, you can get in lower. I mean, like the Nissan Leaf is about $30 new, and you can get in at a little lower price point. But the federal tax credit goes away. And what's interesting is this follows suit with what the state did. The state got rid of its tax incentives for EVs earlier this year. So up until July, you could have gotten up to $15,000 in tax credits in the state of Washington, but Washington got rid of its $7,500, and now the feds are getting rid of its $7,500 as of next week. So gone are the incentives to grab an electric vehicle.
So now you're back in the gas car, right? And the gas tax, because the gas tax was supposed to incentivize you to go get an electric car. And so we're all back where we started. So is this a way that they can get rid of the gas tax?
No, this is just a way that they've decided that the governor and the legislature decide to spend this money elsewhere. So they're going to use that money elsewhere. They will still continue to push EVs and cleaner energy using money from the Climate Commitment Act. In fact, they built a second series of charging stations, I think, that opened up last week in Colville. So there's still a commitment to EVs, but right now the forward-facing things, the people to help adopt is probably going to slow down. In fact, they've already seen a slowdown in EV sales last year going into this year. This will probably stunt that a little bit, and then eventually, as things get better, the price points come better, charging and infrastructure get better. You'll probably see it tick back up. But it's only 5% of cars right now in the United States are fully EV.
Okay, I want to ask you about something entirely different. We didn't tell you we were going to ask you about this, but you're so good at just pivoting. Because I heard, and you actually told me, because you know that I don't have my real ID yet, and I was having trouble finding an appointment. I couldn't get one online.
Correct.
You said, and you were reporting late last week that something's changed. So what's changed?
Well, last week I figured we had made such a big deal about this going into May and whether or not people were going to miss their flights or they'd be prevented from getting flights, what that extra screening would look like. And we talked so much about it on the front end. I was like, there's so many news stories that we do that just kind of disappear. And I was like, okay, well, let me check into the numbers. Like, let's call DOLs. Let's find out how many people actually went out and got them. And 500,000 people just this year got their real ID. They got their enhanced driver's license. So a lot of people went out there. I mean, April and May, like 90,000 people a month were doing it. That's why you couldn't get an appointment for 3 or 4 months. And the DOL says that, a lot of people have done that. Now, every month since May, it's come back down. And in fact, August was the least amount of applications they had since, I believe, January or February. So you should be able to go back in and maybe make an appointment now in a reasonable time frame to go get your enhanced driver's license if you want it. Again, you don't need it to travel. I mean, if you've got any government ID or a passport, you're fine. But yeah, it was just kind of a follow-up on where we are on that and how things are going at the airports.
All right, man. What are you warning us about these days when it comes to traffic? Because a lot of times people don't take your warnings, or sometimes they'll say, hey, I missed it. So what do we have on the horizon?
Well, right now, I think we're finding things to be true to what we were talking about last week, is with the expansion joint work on I-90, we have basically 15, 20-minute delays getting across the lake every day this week on I-90 getting across Mercer Island. They're finally repairing an expansion joint there. And so we're in the middle of 16 days of construction that started last Thursday. So we're seeing that. Coming up this weekend, we're going to have, I think, 3 different freeways are going to be closed. The biggie being southbound 405 through Renton again, as they continue to work on that project. Tolling's getting going. On, matter of fact, my choke point on Thursday is going to be an update on where where we are for the newest toll road in the state, which opens on Monday, which is 509. When you drive by every day, you see that fancy new on-ramp G as you come up from Tacoma out of Federal Way. So it's been free for a couple of months. It's going to start being tolled on Monday. So yeah, just kind of following up on all those kinds of things. We're still working to try to finish a couple of big projects. The I-90 Highway 18 interchange, trying to finish that widening before the winter weather, and same with 529 up in Marysville, finishing that interchange. So I know because Ursula loves to go up to Tulalip so much that want to know
I was
how you're going to get around.
Ask you about that. It's not just Tulalip, but if you go to if you go to Bellingham, when I go visit and coming back, like, what is the deal? Like, that feels like it's forever.
Well, let me put it to you this way. I did my first story on the thoughts of fixing that stretch between Everett and Marysville.
Yes.
In 2015.
Right? It seems like it's one of those, like, it feels like Tacoma all over again.
So they're going to wrap that up this fall. They're going to open up those new on and off ramps there at 529, which should hopefully get us away from the train. Because, as you know, if you get off at the main Marysville exit, or if you're heading that direction and people are getting off at 4th Street, 1,000 feet away is a train track that is very busy with BNSF. Every day, lots and lots of trains going through there, and so that backs us up onto the freeway. This new off-ramp northbound will get you off on the east side of that, on the other side of the tracks, so hopefully that will ease the congestion through there. That HOV lane has been open and working kind of well. So, yeah, so hopefully by mid-next, maybe a month, maybe by November, they should have that whole area taken care of. And then we could start thinking about building a new trestle, because that's also very much necessary to deal with all the growth that's happened over there on the east side of EB Island going towards Snohomish and and all those places over there.
Speaking of growth, what's the update on your beard? It looks great. It seemed like, didn't you say your wife did not like it?
She's not a fan. No, not really. I'm still not a fan. I'm not sure, but I've just never done it before. It's because it comes in so white. But I feel it makes me look so much older. I think
it looks good.
You have a natural baby face.
I kind of do.
Yes.
I mean, when I shave this thing, I look 10 years younger.
So that's why you're scared to shave it.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is that it's getting to the point where I took it today. It's time to cut it back. I do it. I've gotten on a system. About every 18 to 21 days, I go in and have my stylist take care of it for me.
Stylist? Oh, Ursula, I don't have a stylist.
Well,
come on now, Sully.
That's just me being nice. I go to Sport Clips or Super Clips or whatever's nearby, but I've gone to the same person a couple of times, and she seems to do a good job. I can't go to those fancy barbers where they, you get have a beer or do things. I can't afford anything that spectacular.
Chris,
so I'm in and out for like $40.
I got a question for our audience, and if you're looking on YouTube right now, you can check out Sully's beard. What about Santa Sully for Christmas?
Well, our good friend Jim, Santa Blue, who texts into our text line a lot, I'm not going to take that away from him. Santa Jim, Santa Blue, he's our man for that. I kind of feel like Summer Santa, where I'm not fully fat, where like I would be, where I'm kind of fat and I lost some weight to wear the Speedo for the summer, and I kind of trimmed it up a little bit. So I'm kind of feeling Summer Santa is kind of my vibe, maybe. That's kind of where I'm going. No, I'm not going ZZ Top, baby. Holly would kick me out of the house for sure if I tried to go ZZ Top.
Good stuff. Good to see you, Sully.
Yeah, anytime, guys.
All right. Hey, we got scenarios coming up next, and they want to know, should they keep dating a thief? We do that next. Gee Ursula.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
G. Scott here. I recently spoke with my friend Jonathan at DUI Heroes about how he and his team treat their new clients. What he told me is that they always recognize the human being behind the charge and treat them the way we all want to be treated. He and his team take care of the individual, the human being, throughout the entire process. People make mistakes. So if you or a loved one has made that mistake, accused of DUI, call DUI Heroes today and speak to Jonathan and his team. DUI Heroes can help you. 1-800-DUI-HERO or DUIHeroes.com.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Parango and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Open enrollment for Medicare happens every year, but for a lot of people, it's still confusing. Hi, this is Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man. Don't worry, help is on the way with a Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit brought to you by the Insurance Commissioner's Sheba program. Find out what's changing and learn about your options for Medicare with 7 easy steps to get ready for open enrollment. Order your free copy of the Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit at insurance.wa.gov or pick up a copy at your local library or senior center.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is for you too. Stubborn fat is really hard to get rid of, and then there's all those gimmicky lasers, fat freezing methods, and prescriptions. Imagine a simple solution that takes just 1 day and provides immediate noticeable results. Introducing ProSculpt. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe and gentle yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while fully awake, ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target those problem areas: waistline, neck, face, arms, thighs. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat and tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed 1-day procedure. ProSculpt is one and done. Schedule your free consultation at prosculpt.com for $250 off. For powerful permanent fat removal and skin tightening that works for ladies and you men, it's prosculpt.com.
Upgrade your home comfort and save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. With great savings plus free financing on heat pumps, water heaters, generators, and more, our award-winning team has what you need to stay cozy this chilly season at a cost you're comfortable with. Voted best in the Pacific Northwest, we're honored to be your dedicated home comfort company since 1957. Call Bob's and save today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Switching bath soap from sandalwood to tropical essence? That's glamping in the rainforest. Sometimes a different way is the better way. Like the SR 509 Expressway near SeaTac. Tolling soon. Free Good2Go sticker pass at good2go509.com.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
let's get to this whole scenario.
Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
I'm dating a guy who has potential. Oh, by the way, we talked a lot about potential earlier. Anyways, I've dated this guy that has potential, but I think he has a serious flaw. I kind of think he's a bit of a thief. Let me explain. When we stop off at fast food, every now and then, you know how you go and you ask for a cup for water, like we probably did in high school? Well, he'll ask for a cup of water and then head on over there and fill his cup up with soda, as if they can't hear the machine go when he does that. So, a couple times, we've gone into coffee shops, and I was paying attention out of the side of my eye, and I swear, I think he picked up a drink that wasn't his. Now, I'm starting to see something that just happened when we came off vacation this past weekend. We stopped off. I thought it was the hotel that we were checking into. We got there. It was breakfast time. We went in and had breakfast. Come to find out, that wasn't the hotel that we were staying at. I told him that this seems to be a form of stealing, and I have been watching some of his ways. He says he doesn't do it all the time, but sometimes it really doesn't matter. Here's my thing. If he's like this now, what can this possibly lead to later? 888-973-5476. Ursula, you up to bat first.
This is so easy. Yeah, he's stealing. He has a lack of ethics. His moral compass is off, and he's going to excuse these little things, and they're just going to keep getting bigger and bigger because he keeps getting away with it. One of your favorite sayings is, how you do anything is how you do everything, and he's showing you right there he has no qualms about lying or stealing. Dump him. Oh, he's the same person who knowingly goes into the bulk section and knowingly puts things in a bag and knows that what he's putting in there is a lot more expensive, and then he's going to use a different label.
Code.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like it's cheating. It is cheating. Ew. Yuck.
I agree, dump him, but this sounds like pathological. I mean, I think all of us realize you could go in and get a breakfast at a hotel, pretend like you're staying there, but there's really no incentive or motivation for us to do it unless you have no money. What it sounds like to me is this guy probably grew up desperately poor and hungry, and this is probably like a learned adaptation from his childhood. I'm not making the allegation that all people who are poor do this, but this is like either he's a kleptomaniac or there's some unresolved stuff from his childhood.
Yeah, there could be unresolved stuff. He's gotten away with stealing, and he's going to continue to do it until he's busted. Yeah. And I reject the notion that, I mean, is there a possibility he grew up poor? There's also a possibility he grew up extremely entitled, and because, by the way, some of the shoplifters that I knew had a lot of money. It has nothing to do with how much money you have or don't have in many cases.
There's a few things, and this being one of them, I do think that it is a condition, being a kleptomaniac and everything.
Yes.
I really believe that, because I've told you all this story before. I'll tell you again. I know someone back in my 20s that they were a big-time thief, and they didn't have to be. And maybe you all know someone that had the money but still stole anyway. And I think it's a problem. So, anyways, to this lady right here, I'll say, you asked the question, if he's like that now, what does this lead to? This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just what you see. You can't imagine what you don't see.
Yes, thank you.
You at least you saw the cup and getting soda. You saw the coffee. You saw the breakfast at the hotel. Now imagine the things you don't see.
Nailed it.
Multiply that by 10. All right. I don't know how you're going to do this with Nick. This is going to be a tough one.
Well, you
What
know, if
got?
the buck were to stop with a water cup for soda, I'd give him a pass, even though stealing in general isn't really the answer in any case. But now we're going over to hotels for breakfast, too. Listen, you can take an inch and go a mile in some instances, but when it comes to stealing, if you take it too far, I think it's going to come back to bite you. I wouldn't necessarily find theft attractive either if I'm on the other side. I'd be feeling more sorry in this case. I wouldn't be going out with anyone stealing breakfasts and sodas.
Gosh, I love this song. First heard this song at Scarface back in the day.
80s.
This is the 80s. Michelle Pfeiffer in her young days when Al Pacino walks in. And anyway, you ever seen that movie, Ursula? Scarface?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, don't watch it. It's not good for you.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's not good. As a matter of fact, movies like Scarface, Godfather, all the gangster flicks that people like myself and we Americans have fantasized over, that's why we're in the situation we're in today.
Oh.
I'm actually not joking.
I know what you mean.
There's
Sopranos. Why do we root for the guy?
The Sopranos.
Explain that.
I'll explain it. We some of us love gangster movies. We love The Sopranos. We love The Godfather. We love all those things.
It's power.
That is power. And that's why we're in the situation we're in today. We're with the same script. If this was a
you want
movie,
to be on that side too, right?
What do you mean?
You want to be on the side of where the power is.
Yeah.
For some reason, in every, whether it's Goodfellas or Godfather, you are rooting for characters who are objectively awful, terrible people.
Yeah.
Theo says, 100% not surprised that Ursula has not watched Scarface. Now, ask me about rom-coms. I'm all over them.
Did you see Can't Buy Me Love?
No.
I'm sure she saw Dirty Dancing, though.
Oh, yeah. Multiple times.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Dirty Dancing was tough, boy. That's a good movie. Okay, we got the 11 o'clock hour coming. Ursula's got some news still left over. She said it's not going to be that deep, hopefully. We'll see. But there's one piece of news that I noticed she has that actually is putting me back in a good mood. It's putting me in a good mood because we share the last name. She will explain who and what this person has done next. Gee and Ursula.
The Jake and Spike Show.
I check it late at night when my wife's not looking.
Weekdays noon to 3.
My favorite thing on my phone, which is my weather app. First thing, yeah, absolutely.
On KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM and the KIRO Newsradio App.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal, book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on more records. But forget the fact that you can stream just about any song ever created for a few dollars a month. No, you need to listen to music in the most difficult way possible. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Are you looking at senior living options for you or a loved one? If so, you likely have many questions like, what can I afford? How long will my savings last? And if I run out of money, will I have to move out? If these questions are weighing on you, I'm here to talk you through different solutions. Hi, I'm Amanda from Care Partners Senior Living. At Care Partners, we're focused on offering high-quality, compassionate care at very affordable prices to help stretch and preserve your assets. And if you ever run out of funds and need to convert to Medicaid, you won't have to move. We have vibrant communities throughout Western Washington, Spokane, and Arizona offering independent, assisted living, and memory care. Our caregivers are some of the most loving and genuine people you'll ever meet. Stretch your assets, preserve your estate, and never worry about moving. That's peace of mind and the Care Partners Living difference. Learn more at carepartnersliving.com. Care Partners is excited to announce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, Snohomish, and North Creek Bothell. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Spike O'Neill here. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens gave me back the perfect vision I had up until a few years ago. Now, never need glasses again. Never develop cataracts. Been about 6 months since my RLE surgery. My vision is better than it's ever been in my life. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens, privately owned, no corporate shareholders or boardrooms. Dr. Sharp built his business on the principle of always strive to overaccomplish, never overprice. Call 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp-vision.com. Official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. President Trump addresses the UN General Assembly.
I'm here to tell the truth. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
He blasted the UN for its stance on migration, among other things.
When your prisons are filled with so-called asylum seekers who repaid kindness, and that's what they did. They repaid kindness with crime. It's time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. See, I can tell you. I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell.
He also criticized countries recognizing a Palestinian state and said they're rewarding Hamas. Phyllis Bennis of the Institute for Policy Studies.
The votes at the General Assembly in recent days involving a number of questions around the crisis in Gaza and in the West Bank show and, in fact, escalate the isolation of the United States and Israel.
Trump said the UN's empty words don't solve wars. He will meet this afternoon with the leaders of Arab countries to seek their input for Gaza. Democratic leaders were set to meet with Trump ahead of a potential federal government shutdown. He canceled. They say he chickened out. Correspondent Nancy Cortez.
It definitely hands the Democrats some rhetorical ammunition as they try to make the case that it is Republicans and the White House that are courting this shutdown and not them. They'll now be able to say they had a meeting on the books with the president in advance of this potential shutdown and that he's the one who backed out.
A federal trial getting underway this week is set to examine whether Amazon tricked customers into signing up for Prime. Correspondent Jesse Mitchell reports.
Amazon is facing a jury trial in Seattle focusing on allegations by federal regulators that it duped customers into signing up for Prime membership and made it difficult to cancel. The FTC alleges Amazon was part of what it called a years-long effort to trick millions of customers into automatically renewing Prime subscriptions.
A Missouri woman has been sentenced to more than 4 years in federal prison for scheming to defraud Elvis Presley's family by trying to auction off his Graceland home. Legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum on the elaborate scheme.
The fraud was that Lisa Marie Presley had borrowed $3.8 million and pledged as collateral the entire estate of Graceland and then died. And then these two private fake entities sued and essentially created notices in local newspapers that they had foreclosed on the property and that they were now the owners.
Checking numbers on Wall Street at this hour. Stocks are lower. The Dow Jones Industrial's off 94 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
A deadly shooting in Seattle. We are at the scene. But first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. In Everett, a disabled vehicle is blocking a lane on I-5 northbound near Marine View Drive. In Seattle, a stall is blocking a lane on I-5 northbound near South Michigan Street. Travel time Federal Way to Seattle is about 5 minutes longer than usual right now. In Linwood, crews are working to remove a fallen tree that's blocking both directions on State Route 524 near North Damson Road. Traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. Seattle police are investigating a deadly shooting overnight. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman has more from the scene.
Seattle police say it happened off of 12th Avenue South and South Lane Street here in the Chinatown International District. Seattle Police Chief Sean Barnes.
What we know is that there was some type of disturbance between two groups of people, at which time someone pulled out a weapon and fired that weapon.
One person is dead, another is injured.
And yesterday afternoon in West Seattle, police say a 31-year-old man was shot in his arm and leg. No motive in that shooting and no arrests in either case. No home monitoring yet for a 13-year-old boy whom Pierce County deputies believe was planning a mass shooting. Deputy Carly Capetto.
We have not been able to determine what he had planned for his target. However, enough evidence has been collected to indicate we had stopped something very significant.
23 guns were taken from his house. A judge says he wants to see plans for the boy's education, around-the-clock monitoring, and counseling before he'll approve home detention for that boy. Seattle police just released dash cam video of a driver in a stolen car racing toward the Open University Bridge, slamming through the gate arms and...
He actually made the jump over the bridge.
The car landed hard on the other side. Officers found the stolen Audi Q5 damaged and abandoned. The driver is still on the loose. Burien is getting a new family shelter and affordable housing in one building. Work just started on a 4-story facility backed by Mercy Housing, Mary's Place, and Amazon. It'll include 90 affordable apartments and shelter space for 200 people each night. For the first time since 2001, the Seattle Mariners have a real shot at clinching the American League West Division title, if you do the math.
3 is a magic number.
Some combination of 3 things involving them or the Astros have to happen.
Mike Lefko of 710 Seattle Sports tells me the Mariners get the title if they win 3 more games, or if they win 2 and the Astros lose 1, or if they win 1 and the Astros lose 2. You get the idea. The M's take on the Colorado Rockies tonight. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Sunshine with highs in the mid-70s. It's 65 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Tuesday, September 23rd. Welcome back to all the people that listen to the show every day and to the new people that's just joining us. Where you been? Glad you're here. Good morning, Ursula.
Good morning. Hey, coming up at 11:30, Agree to Disagree, which we do every morning at 11:30. Have you heard of the term national trauma? Could it be the reason why so many of us are feeling a lot of angst or misery right now? We'll talk about that coming up in Agree to Disagree, or maybe you think it's a whole bunch of hogwash. So we'll talk about that and a whole lot more. 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Trivia question for you. Trivia question.
Uh-huh.
Which candy is good for misery?
Snickers.
Yeah.
So what if you're not really big into peanuts?
Is there a wrong answer to that question?
Well,
Ursula knew.
Yes, I do. Yes, I know, G. However, have you all tried the caramel M&Ms? Wait. Why did you almost fall out of your seat?
Because I was going to let this go. My buddy Cornelius.
I can't stop.
My boy Corn gave us a big old, he came to the house.
Yes.
We had a fight party. He brought a big old thing of M&Ms.
Yeah, but the caramel ones.
No, I haven't had those ones. But I just want to say, he's got, so right now it's there, and Lillian keeps getting in there. Every now and then I go get a handful.
Yes.
Don't bring that to my house no more.
Sadly, that's my coping mechanism.
But them caramel M&Ms,
yes.
They real?
They're real. And then if you're lucky enough to find the espresso version of that.
Yeah. I'm still
So
right
good.
now hooked on frozen grapes. You ever put your grapes in the freezer?
I know you're. Yes. That was like 1980s, though, for me.
Oh, my bad.
I did that as a kid in the early 2000s.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
I just found out a month ago.
Yes. It is a good thing. Okay, here we go.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
So how do families afford to raise kids in the Seattle area? Well, it turns out you need to have a lot of money. There's brand new census data that shows the median income for a married couple with kids in Seattle has now blown past the $250,000 mark. Median. In fact, it's so high that the Census Bureau does not even publish an exact figure once it crosses that threshold. This information, as always, comes from the FYI guy, Gene Balk, in the Seattle Times. He is reporting that in 2023, the median was already sky high. It was nearly $245,000. Now it's even higher, and Seattle joins only 2 other cities. What do you think those cities are?
I know the answer.
Okay, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., right? So where the families with kids make that kind of money. And by comparison, the national median for married with kids households is $133,000. So here we're talking about $250,000 compared to nationally $133,000. So he looked into, well, why is it so high here? For one thing, most of the households in the Seattle area have 2 working parents. Mm-hmm. And of course, these days, wealthier people are the most likely to marry. We just talked about it yesterday.
Right.
And middle and lower income Americans are less likely to do so. So if you look at all of that combined, you have a pool of high earning households that are skewing these numbers. Mm-hmm. The other thing that Gene Balk pointed out is that single parents are facing a very different picture. The median income for single moms in Seattle, just under $60,000. So, I mean, you have said it, and I bristle every time you say that Seattle is becoming a city for the affluent. It makes me feel like I need a shower.
Okay. I want to stay serious and answer this very serious topic because I have a very strong opinion about this. Talked about it earlier this morning on Seattle's Morning News. But after this, I got to come back and talk about M&Ms because M&Ms is on my mind right now. And there's a lot of people that's talking about the different M&Ms. If I could have them. And by the way, guys, the M&Ms, it made me feel better.
You know those bags that I was buying for under $10? Because I'm buying big ones.
Oh, go ahead. Tell us, Ursula. What you be doing?
It's harder and harder to find them on sale. Mm-hmm. And we're talking, that's a bit of an investment. It's like either you get a teriyaki meal or you're getting a bag of M&Ms.
I just had cold. Speaking of teriyaki, I had cold. Quit talking about food. All right, let me get serious.
Okay, yes, let's get back.
Yesterday on the show, if you all were here, if you're new here, this is what we talked about. Or if you missed it yesterday, we asked a question. Should you wait until you get all of your ducks in a row, all your financial security together, your finances together, career together before you get married? We had a big powwow about that. And then here we are, my man Gene Balk goes ahead and writes this. Now, I wanted everybody to just stop for a sec. We're talking about $250,000 right now for median household couples right now in Seattle. So that means, and you all know the definition of it, that means 50% of people make more than that. And by the way, they just stopped at $250,000. We don't even know what the exact number is because they don't have that number. They only wanted to just say it's over $250,000 in this report. But this isn't anything to brag about. When I see this, it breaks my heart. There is a big old flashing neon sign that says beep, beep, beep. Cost of living is crazy. Inequality is crazy. If you want to get a home, you can't get it here. You need to go away. If you're not rich, go away. That is what Seattle is saying to the world right now. And I really can't stand that we've become that. Here, San Francisco, D.C., the 3 cities where the most money, where housing affordability is unreal. Of the 3 cities, already 1 is being occupied by the National Guard. Do you guys think San Francisco will eventually be on that list? How about Seattle being on that list? I wish this is something to brag about, but it's heartbreaking knowing that we got our brothers and sisters that are here in Seattle that are making marriage a privilege, that are making being married, holy matrimony, being a privilege. And right now, the numbers, according to this, middle and lower incomes, the marriage rate is declining.
Yeah, that's the part.
Come on now.
I mean, you think about what that means, and we often talk about the wealth gap.
A lot.
And what we're saying now is kids who are raised in married 2-income households are already starting with a big head start.
Mm-hmm.
And think about that. I mean, if marriage is mostly happening among the most affluent, what happens in terms of generations and that wealth gap?
Exactly. And just Ursula, because there's a lot of people that's trying to find that one boo to pay all the bills. In this report, Gene Balk talks about it. 66% of these married couples, these are dual incomes. They both work. So this whole idea, and there's a statistic that I came in with earlier this morning. By the way, this is the only topic that I researched today. Anyways.
I mean, you were going deep on this one. You were going deep.
Because I'm going deep because I see what the repercussions are going to be. I see your top stories in 2026 and in 2027. Yes, you'll still be here. I see what your top stories are going to be. The homelessness crisis. Oh my goodness, there has been a 20% increase in homelessness. Why? Because there's people listening right now that are living paycheck to paycheck. People listening right now that are one medical emergency away from being unhoused. You know, the unhoused folks that people demonize. You know, some of the people that got fired from their job for demonizing the homeless people out there. It is ridiculous how we demonize some of these folks. Excuse me, not these folks. Our folks, because the folks that we see out there, that's us out there. That's why this topic right here really fires me up.
For people who don't know that you're doing this, and you share some of it on your personal, on your private Facebook page, some of the conversations, when did you start? You started having conversations with members of our unhoused community. And you have put some of those conversations
every weekend
on video. You go out every weekend. Now, what prompted all this?
Remember, I was in Vancouver, BC, and I went to go do my walk in the city. And so I like to go out and walk in the morning time. Lillian didn't want to go that day. I don't know why. But anyway, I went out to go walk. And when I went walking, I saw some brothers out there, and they were like, hey, can you buy us something? And I said, hey, come on in. And so when they went to go in and buy, they were, it reminded me of Baby G and Zion in the store. They was grabbing chips, soda, you know what I mean?
Right.
They were shopping like
luxuries
little,
for them.
kids.
Yeah, right.
Well, the one dude had picked up some peanut M&Ms. I said, man, that's my favorite M&Ms. And the way he lit up and the way we connected about the M&Ms was a real topic. And I realized something. I sit here every single day and I talk about the unhoused and how we need to talk to them. And I don't talk to them myself. I'll go in the store and see somebody sitting right there and I'll walk past and not even say nothing to them. So I figured, let me go out here and learn. And so I don't want anybody to think that I'm going out here and I'm trying to do some masterpiece. All I'm doing is going out there is sitting with folks, having loaf cakes, eating and hanging out.
And are there themes that are coming up in your conversations? Like what is sitting with you the most as you have these conversations? Is it always with the same people or
No,
or do you change?
People.
Okay.
I'm glad you asked that. Thank you for asking that question. How close all of us are to being there.
That's what comes up.
That's what comes up. And just how for an example, the one lady, 15 years ago, her father had a stroke. And they were living in the house, and there was the family. Once he had the stroke, the family, she started to she was using drugs at the time. And what happened was the family took the house. And when they took the house, there was nowhere for her to go. But my point is the one thing that really stands out is don't talk about the drugs, don't talk about the mental health. And by the way, when you talk about drugs and you talk about mental health, all these things that we demonize on the unhoused, I want to remind you that we have a problem with drugs and mental health with us that are housed. So it's not like income. So it's not like no different. It's not a difference, right? The only difference is some of these folks are really hard on their luck. And so I think the number one takeaway that I have from all of this, like Queen taught me, she says, because I said, hey, what can we learn more about you guys out here? And Queen says to me, well, first, you need to realize it's not you guys and us. It's all of us. So once you can understand that, then other people will better understand it's not us and them. It's us. We're just like you. We're you.
I just have to say, I know you to be the busiest person in my circle of friends. You have your job here, you do the emceeing and the auctioneering, and you do the Seahawks, and then now you've taken it upon yourself to have these conversations every weekend. And I think that's remarkable. And the fact that you're doing it to learn more as we so often talk about our homelessness crisis, and I want to say thank you for that.
Well, I want to thank them. Thank you, Ursula. But I want to thank them for allowing me to sit down with them. And the beautiful thing is you and Chef were sitting there when one of our own coworkers came by, remember? And she said, hey, from watching your video, this inspired me to do beautiful.
That's awesome.
And by the way, nobody's asking anybody to do anything. All we're doing is just understand that the people that are unhoused, they're us, humanity. Like, that's it. I'm not asking you to go and donate or spend your time or this.
Just trying to find some understanding.
So the next time you hear Brian Kilmeade on Fox say kill them, I hope that makes you feel a certain type of way.
Yeah. Well, okay.
What do you got?
I'm going to go from talking about an unhoused to someone who has a whole lot of money, but I would say she's doing a whole lot of good with her money. We're talking about billionaire philanthropist Mackenzie Scott. She is once again shoveling cash into good causes, and now she has just donated $70 million to the United Negro College Fund. And what's significant about that is the largest private provider of scholarships for minority students. And the money is going to help strengthen all 37 historically black colleges and universities in the UNCF network. And the leaders are saying her gift is a true game changer. It will help them build permanent endowments. So at a time when budgets are shaky at the moment, or these schools are being targeted, these schools also have been historically underfunded. So and specifically, if you want to know like what the gap is, speaking of gaps, in one recent year, the 8 Ivy League schools pulled in more than $5 billion from major foundations, while all nearly 100 HBCUs combined got just about $45 million. So Scott signed this giving pledge after her divorce from Jeff. She has now given away more than $19 billion.
You know, I had a whole nother thing to say, but you got my heart heavy right now. Thank you, Mackenzie Scott. Thank you for doing this. And I know sometimes that I'm guilty of some of the things I say. It might seem like I am demonizing billionaires. What I'm doing is that I find it really tough to see so many billionaires in our country, yet we got people, food insecurity, we got people that can't afford to buy a house, working full-time jobs. So when you see Mackenzie Scott do something like this, it makes, man, it just does something for my heart. I wish I could meet the lady and just give her a hug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Mackenzie
really
Scott,
remarkable.
you're a real one for this.
Well, and as you know, Angela Poe Russell was the one who was sharing with us that these colleges,
HBCUs,
are being targeted right now, and funding being withdrawn.
And so is UNCF.
Yes.
Being targeted. Let me just tell you just how I'm in some of these meetings with some of these organizations. Let me just tell you, and I won't put the company's name out there. Some companies pull out of sponsorships because of the threat of the federal government coming after them. That's how real it is out here. So good stuff, Ursula. Oh, them M&Ms. So them caramel M&Ms is real.
Well, someone said they were nasty.
Oh, for
so
real?
Someone's not believing me when I say those caramel.
Yeah, Irene in Tacoma.
And I love Irene in Tacoma. But you know what?
Oh, no. She said M&Ms are nasty. Irene?
Yes.
No. That was Chef texting.
I agreed with her.
Wait, you know agree,
what?
Chef?
And it's all
M&Ms
good.
are gross, dude.
Oh my gosh, no.
Chalky chocolate paste with sugary plastic on the outside.
Yeah, sometimes you need that.
Oh.
Nick, what you
I love M&Ms, man. That's a great ballpark food for crying out loud.
All right. Coming up next, Chef got something cooking over there. It's time for Agree to Disagree. Gee Ursula. This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
Hey, that energy, that sensation we're all feeling right now, that's playoff fever.
Let's just talk about these Mariners.
They're the talk of the town.
They've won 14 of 15 games.
Can we just talk about that catch by Robles?
A season-saving catch by Victor Robles.
KIRO Newsradio has all the Mariners buzz.
It's just kind of unbelievable.
And our partner Seattle Sports has the games. Listen free on the Seattle Sports app.
Retirement planning isn't just about running all the numbers. It is about asking the bigger questions. Am I doing enough right now in these last few working years to make sure that I will actually have financial independence? Will I be able to travel like I want to, or spend more time with my family, and also leave something behind for the next generation? That is where Trajan Wealth comes in. At Trajan Wealth, I am working with fiduciary advisors. No hidden agendas, no cookie-cutter advice, just a clear plan to balance growth with risk so that my money will work for me. And I like the fact that Trajan Wealth is family-owned and veteran-led. They believe in full transparency, which is so important, and is exactly what I need at this stage of life. Call Trajan Wealth today at 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300, or go to TrajanWealth.com. Trajan, again, is spelled Trajan. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
If you're thinking about renovating an attic, spending more time in your sunroom, or building onto your home, a Carrier ductless unit is the perfect solution for climate control. It's efficient, quiet, and incredibly flexible when it comes to installation because there's no ductwork required. It's just one more way we're making your home totally comfortable.
Your local Carrier heating and cooling dealer will improve your home's comfort, air quality, and efficiency. Visit CarrierNorthwest.com to find the expert near you. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealership. Ursula Reutin here. I'm a repeat customer of Carter Subaru because they have the largest selection of Subarus in our state. Carter Subaru has the vehicle you've been searching for, including more than 250 Subaru Crosstreks starting at 1.9% financing for 48 months on approved credit. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, documentary service fee may be added to the sale or capitalized cost. Carter Subaru is buying down the rate for the 2025 Outback. Max amount finance is $20,000. See dealer for details. Valid through 9/30/25.
After 35 years in the window industry, I know choosing the right team for your window or door project is a big decision. Adrian here, owner of Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Treating your home with care while offering top quality products is important to me. Our windows are 25% more energy efficient than Energy Star standards, reduce noise by up to 50%, and feature low maintenance, clean glass technology. Combined with our leading leak armor installation and lifetime warranty, you get protection for life. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com, a name you can trust.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Spike O'Neill here. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens gave me back the perfect vision I had up until a few years ago. Now, never need glasses again. Never develop cataracts. Been about 6 months since my RLE surgery. My vision is better than it's ever been in my life. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens, privately owned, no corporate shareholders or boardrooms. Dr. Sharp built his business on the principle of always strive to overaccomplish, never overprice. Call 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp-vision.com. Official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
Switching bath soap from sandalwood to tropical essence? That's glamping in the rainforest. Sometimes a different way is the better way. Like the SR 509 Expressway near SeaTac. Tolling soon. Free good-to-go sticker pass at goodtogo509.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. A Washington State University football player is recovering after being shot at a party. And KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay reports police suspect a University of Washington student pulled the trigger.
Redshirt freshman Sone Falialo was shot in the stomach during a fight early Sunday morning. He's expected to make a full recovery. Investigators are searching for UW student Ja'Cory Buchanan, who's accused of pulling a gun and firing during the brawl. According to court documents obtained by KIRO 7, Falialo said he'd been asked to help with security at the party and that the fight broke out when the suspect assaulted a girl in the backyard.
An attorney for the suspected shooter says he only acted in self-defense during a hate crime assault to protect his cousin, and he is working to turn himself in. This is coming back tonight.
From Hollywood, it's Jimmy Kimmel Live.
But you won't see Jimmy Kimmel's show on local TV in the Seattle area. Disney and ABC say that after talking with Kimmel, they're ending his suspension over his comments about the Republican response to Charlie Kirk's death. But Sinclair, which owns Como TV in Seattle, wants more. It's demanding Kimmel apologize to Kirk's family and donate money to Kirk's Turning Point USA. Amazon's popular Prime membership plan faces scrutiny in a courtroom today. CBS's Jesse Mitchell.
Amazon is facing a jury trial in Seattle focusing on allegations by federal regulators that it duped customers into signing up for Prime membership and made it difficult to cancel. The FTC alleges Amazon was part of what it called a years-long effort to trick millions of customers into automatically renewing Prime subscriptions.
Amazon denies the accusations. This morning, the Secret Service revealed it has dismantled a plot targeting senior U.S. government officials that could have crashed New York's telecommunications network. CBS's Nicole Skanga.
Federal law enforcement says this telecommunications network was so powerful. Get this, it was capable of sending 30 million text messages per minute, potentially overwhelming and shutting down New York City's cellular network.
It could have affected United Nations meetings in New York. President Trump today addressed the UN General Assembly criticizing the U.S.'s allies over immigration.
It's time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. See, I can tell you, I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 94 points, NASDAQ off 208. KIRO News Radio traffic, here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Heather. Let's update you in Alderwood, where we just cleared State Route 524 at Larch Way, right there at 405. It's been closed for about 45 minutes or so due to fallen trees, but that just reopened. South 5 heading into Seattle is looking good. Got a little crowding as you enter the U District. North 5 is heavy at the Michigan Curve in the downtown. Northbound 405 in the south end, we're looking at heavy volumes through the Renton S-curves. Renton to Bellevue is going to take you 25 minutes. If you're heading through Maple Valley, eastbound 18 has a 3-mile bumper-to-bumper backup starting at State Route 516. I'm not sure what is causing this. Maybe road work. North 5 at the south end of the Nisqually Bridge, River Bridge, we have a new crash. It's blocking your right lane. Other than that, we're looking good out there. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Sunshine with highs in the mid-70s. It's 65 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
KIRO News Radio, real.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. We sure appreciate you hanging out with us. It's time for us to agree to disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
If you've been feeling fried, you've got a short fuse, maybe you can't sleep, you can't focus, constantly feeling stress. I saw this in the Huffington Post. You're not broken. You're just normal living in an abnormal moment. Therapists call it national trauma because we are seeing this nonstop feed of shootings, of wars, politics, outrage. And here's the deal. According to doctors, therapists, your body can't tell the difference between threats that you face on a screen and real life threats that happen to you. We're wired for empathy. And so when we see something happening, we have an immediate response to it. Your heart rate spikes, you get this dump of cortisol, your amygdala acts as though you are under attack, literally, and you sit there scrolling over and over and over again. And the issue is, too, there's no resolution to it, right? Mm-hmm. We never solve the threat like we killed the bear or the fire, our house fire is put out. We just constantly have unresolved trauma in our lives, according to this article. Ursula, does that ring true to you?
It absolutely does. It's something that I feel myself. It is something that I see amongst other people in my family, in my community, but it's also because of the profession that I have. I think that it's especially acute, I mean, we have to talk about it every single day and try to navigate a very challenging time. Not meant to be boo-hoo, but we can't avoid it. I envy the people who can say, I'm just going to turn it off and tune it out.
Yeah.
Because their stress level is probably down.
Yeah.
But the reality is we live in a social media world. It is everywhere. We live in an extremely divisive country right now, getting more so each day. And it's hard to escape. I mean, it is. I have had to resort to more coping mechanisms for sure. I was just joking around about the M&Ms. It's true.
Yeah.
For a while there, I was good about not having sugar. I was like, I can see where I'm not getting great sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I am, doing other things to find ways to deal with what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
So do I believe it? Yes. Do I think it's going to get better? Yes.
Right.
But right now it's kind of feeling somewhat acute.
Right. Jump in the Hove with your boy. That's carpool lane. I need you to ride. I need you to ride with me for a sec. You ever been to HD Hospers?
Yes.
Back in the day?
Yes.
Anybody listen? You ever been to Cafe Arizona back in the day? When did you Long Live Mark meet again?
1990.
No, where?
Where?
What club? Polyesters?
Polyesters.
You was at Polyesters?
Yeah,
okay.
by Seattle Center.
So you know exactly where I'm. Watch where I'm getting ready to go with this. So we didn't all been to the club. We done been to Planet Hollywood, Mr. Lucky's, all of the different nightlife places that you've been to. Now, Ursula, you're in the club. It's 12 a.m. You're in there, and it's dark inside of the club, right? Everybody is having adult beverages. It's dark inside of there. There's a lot going on. Matter of fact, you might have been talking to this one person the whole time, but it's been dark inside of HD's, inside of Cafe Arizona, inside of Polyesters. And then you hear last call. That happens. And then about 1:30-ish, the lights come on. And Ursula, when the lights come on, all of a sudden, that person that you were talking to, the person that you saw looks different. Because when the lights come on, it's a whole different thing.
Everyone would scurry away like, I'm out.
But you've been inside the club the whole time.
Yeah.
Right? We have been in the United States of America for a long time. The lights have been out. And you know what social media did? Turn the lights on. Because there's never been a time in the United States of America where there has been peace. There has always been nasty stuff going on. The only thing that's different today is social media has turned the lights on. When the lights was off and it was dark, it was real easy for the mainstream media to tell you that the reason why problems are happening is because of black people in America. The reason why we have welfare problems is because we have a welfare queen. Like, the lights have been off for so long, and the angst, the anxiety that you feel is because when the lights are on, she don't look like you thought she did, right? The people that you thought looked a certain way, when the lights come on, they look a totally different way. That's where we are in America. The lights are on. That family member that you thought was going to church and they were, whoa, I didn't know you felt that way. The lights are on. The person that you thought was this nicest person in the world, you've been knowing them for 30 plus years. Oh my goodness, didn't know you thought like that. The lights are on.
So the question is, what do you do? Brian from Arlington just texted in and he says, I've got a brain that never shuts off.
What do you do?
Mine is the same. You have to force it to shut off.
I'll tell you what you do. You ready?
Yeah.
Listen to Teddy Pendergrass. Turn off the lights and light a candle.
Someone else said meditation. That is something I have yet to learn. But
by the way, I just came up with that analogy on the fly.
Yeah, I know. That was damn good. That was really good. You even brought in my polyesters, making it really relatable. Yeah, making it really relatable. No, I think you're right. But like,
can't turn the lights off. The lights are on. That's what we're dealing with.
But you can limit how much exposure you have. The problem for us and for those who want to stay abreast of everything going on is that we have to stay connected. So, I think the answer is to limit it, to find things for self-care. I think that's a big thing. We go on vacation, Ursula, if you can.
The thing is look, I get it, and Ursula, you are giving some good advice to people. But the truth is when the lights are off, that's why we have Christopher Columbus Day. When the lights are off, this is why we have a whole bunch of things. Like, this is why when we look at history in our school, we say, oh, the Mayflower. Oh, what happened with the Mayflower? Oh, it's like this happened. And then what about Black history? Oh, Martin Luther King had a dream. We have to accept and understand the real history in this country and not sugarcoat it. It is what it is. Nobody's dwelling on it. Nobody wants to play victim. But if we can't agree on a real history, then we will continue to repeat those things.
I can understand.
This is true.
I can understand, like, the frustration of living with pain and trauma, and then finally the rest of the world catches up. I think the issue, though, is that the lights are not only on in this room, like we're in one room, we're seeing lights shown into 1,000 rooms. And 50% of those rooms contain scary clowns and men with knives and bears that don't really exist that people are telling us are coming after all of us, right? We live in a reality where we are force-fed things on social media to make us feel that way, to make us feel outraged. And we're told that they hate you. They're coming after you. But when you actually sit down with someone face to face, you see somebody at the grocery store, you have a nice conversation, run into them in a bar, and you don't think that person hates me. But if you were to look on social media, there's somebody that's telling you they do.
Mm-hmm. Or you're hearing things that are just jarring.
I feel like we've all felt like we've been under attack. Everybody in this country. For the first time now, G, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes a toll.
You know what I've been doing for the first time?
What you been doing?
In years? Snoozing all sorts of people on Facebook. And on social media.
You snooze them?
X.
You don't delete them?
X. Nope.
I delete them things. Ooh. Let me tell you something. I'm telling you, I have deleted more people in the last 2 weeks than I have in 6 years.
I know. But I think that's a great coping mechanism. You don't have to expose yourself to it.
Did I tell you about when we used to go to the zoo when I was little?
Yeah,
Okay.
You did.
I love you, Ursula. Hey, coming up next messages, feedback, and we'll have Ursula's words to live by.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet? RV wins! Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach? RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
Considering selling your home or downsizing? Visit themadronagroup.com for no obligation counsel. The Madrona Group's team of John L. Scott experts makes it easy, guiding you to best pricing and timing, maximizing your profit with smart technology and unparalleled integrity. 5-star reviews and industry best according to Zillow, Google, Yelp, Facebook, and Redfin. This Saturday, hear the Madrona Group's Jason Fox on KIRO News Radio's Home Matters. Maximize your home sale. Visit themadronagroup.com.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Ursula, I'm on my way to get them caramel M&Ms today. That's right. I got to go get that in
don't
my life.
curse me later.
Now, do I need to do anything else with it? Do I get frozen ice cream?
No.
Nothing? Just.
I like to. Okay, I don't want to even say this because it's going to be taken out of context. But keep it in your mouth for a little bit. Let it soften up and then chew. So it's not so crunchy and hurting. It doesn't hurt your teeth so much.
I gotcha.
Okay, so.
Oh, what's next? I was showing the text messages.
Okay. Let's start with on experiencing national trauma. Renee says, we as a society must never become immune or numb to every event or trauma that is told to us through media every day. We have the truth, whether it is presented as truth or fairy tale. Just don't stop feeling ever. And then regarding the ICE recruitment of Seattle police officers, Warren in Tacoma says, do we think America is going to be safer if 10,000 police officers leave their local police departments and join ICE? Robin Puyallup said, any officer who wants to take that offer should. Let them leave and mark them as not eligible for rehire. They're not an officer that I would want representing the force. Wow. And then Kara, the cleaning lady, who is Republican, says, I don't understand why they're going about things the way they're going about them. Hunting brown people is not what I voted for. I wish they would just clamp down the borders, making it easier for legal immigration and treat people who are here legally or illegally with dignity.
How about they release them files, Ursula? Well, go ahead.
True that, too. On the president's news conference about Tylenol and autism, we did have a medical expert who I loved, only talked and gave medical advice and information. It was not political at all. We had her on, Dr. Michelle Terry, at 10 o'clock. If you missed it, check out our podcast. Susan in Briar says, I had trouble sleeping last night because of yesterday's autism announcement. It's misinformation that just adds guilt to moms with autistic children. Our now 41-year-old amazing autistic son showed signs prior to immunizations, and I did not take pills. It comes down from my father's side, decades back, presenting at different levels of the spectrum. So moms, do not blame yourselves. Thank you. I had to vent. And then Mark in Seattle says, as a parent of 2 young people on the spectrum, this is a painful insult to our reality. The administration needs to stop spreading these theories about the causes of autism and help us make life easier for our children. I shouldn't have been forced to fight to get services from the school. I shouldn't have been told by the school district, your kids get good grades, there's nothing wrong with them. I shouldn't have been forced to pay thousands of dollars for an independent doctor to diagnose my kids. I shouldn't have been forced to take that diagnosis back to the district and threaten to sue to get support. Now that they're in college, they should continue to get additional support. They don't. Let's make employers and the public aware that autistic people are a little different, but they're just trying to live their lives. Let's protect autistic people, not demonize them. My boys are nearing completion of their degrees, but the struggle to just be treated with kindness continues because of the lies the current administration is spreading. And then there's Leah in Everett, who says, Mom, I have an autistic daughter here. I took nothing but prenatal vitamins during my pregnancy. I exercised, I ate a balanced diet, and I followed all the directions from my provider for the best outcomes for my baby. Genetics were clearly at play. Please leave science to the experts. So afraid that this, like so many other ideas, will set us back another 50 years. It was only recently recognized that girls actually present differently than boys. Eek.
All right, Ursula. It's time for your words to live by. What do you got?
I love this. It's a little bit lengthy, but in a world that is obsessed with speed and noise, choose to be a quiet force of kindness. You never know whose heart is breaking silently, who is barely holding on themselves behind a practiced smile, a simple act, a listening ear, a genuine smile, a small gesture can be the thing that reminds someone that they matter. We may not be able to heal the whole world, but we can soften it one soul at a time.
That's good stuff, Ursula. Love it.
Great reminder for all of us.
Yeah, it is. Nick, what do you got, bro?
Well, there's a certain buzz that's going on around the streets, and I'm not talking EV tax credits in Sully's seat, but a final home stretch on the brink of clinching playoff hopes while we wait to watch it all unfold with road teams on the ropes. And if you're feeling anxious while we wait to see them play, just be thinking of your favorite flavor M&M today. The classic peanuts are great for me, but I like those new crunchy cookie ones too, along with the caramel. Wait, you've had the cookie ones?
No.
Oh, those are good.
I'm getting ready I'm going to the Mariner game tonight, Ursula. That's right. I'll be there.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait. I'm going to go check them out, see what's happening.
They're on such a great roll.
Oh, such a great run. All right. Ursula, it's been good. Thank you.
We'll do it again tomorrow.
Yep. Chef, appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you. Hey, Nick, always appreciate you,
You
man.
too, man.
By the way, Ursula, did I tell you, speaking of food, did I tell you I'm on this whole new cottage cheese kick? I just started eating cottage cheese like 2 weeks ago. It's the greatest thing in the world.
I saw you putting black pepper on it this morning. Never seen that.
That's my thing.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
Lillian told me when you have the cottage cheese savory, right? I've been having it savory.
Yeah.
I put a little grilled chicken up underneath, and boom, the cottage cheese is everything.
Ooh.
It's a
What
great
about
chip
chili
dip.
crunch?
It's a great dip. Is that what you said?
Yeah, good for chips too.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just always looked at it. I was like, I bet I wouldn't like this. I've never eaten cottage cheese.
Me either, to this day.
Oh.
I need to change it up.
It's pretty
Get
good.
rid of those M&Ms. Cottage cheese.
The Jake and Spike Show, they're coming in next. We appreciate you for rocking with us. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
Every breath you take is someone's death in another place. Every helpless hour is hunger and
let's go.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine. and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
The insurance world, it can be confusing. So have First Mark Insurance guide you through it by taking the free First Mark Challenge. They'll explore offerings from top carriers for better coverage and lower rates. They save the Heward family thousands. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
Mariners fans, it's time to bring the noise to T-Mobile Park. This lineup is loaded up and locked in. From every moonshot.
Now Raleigh obliterates this. How far? Way back there.
To every how in the world did he catch that moment?
And Julio makes the catch. No fly zone in full effect.
Be here as the squad shuts the door and lights the W.
Munoz looking for the final out. Here's the stretch, and the strike three called, and the ball game is over.
This is our house.
They're going crazy here at T-Mobile Park.
Mariners baseball. Try dance up.
Be here this week as the Mariners fight for their spot in the postseason. The action gets started with 3 straight value games against the Rockies tonight through Thursday. Then don't miss a star-studded showdown against Ohtani and the defending World Series champion Dodgers Friday to Sunday. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
With football season comes cooler weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball. Steve Rabel here. Call on locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington to tackle your project. Their wide selection of windows and doors always beats the competition, and they'll give you top-notch customer service with no trick plays. Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools to help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Let's go! You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, we offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options to cover your small business needs and more. Visit Progressive.com today.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99, plus 2 times points at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Limits apply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
KIRO FM.